Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a beautiful Friday. I said Friday. First Friday game of the year. We are in Waynoka, Oklahoma at Railroader Field, and it is a gorgeous day. I mean, little hotter. Last week it was 67. Cade Kennedy's here with me. Cade, you were in Arkansas yesterday with the Northwestern group. Was the weather balmy in Arkansas?
It was pretty hot outside, but that didn't matter. I was in the press box. I was having a pretty good time with the weather. The AC, 68 degrees is pretty nice compared to 90-something outside.
Listen to him. Whoa. It got into the 90s today and in pretty good shape, maybe a ways down, and then now we're going to have another little cool front coming in. So the Rails come in 0-2. And here's Cade to talk about how that happened and what's going to happen now. We welcome you to Waynoka, Oklahoma, and we thank our sponsors so much for bringing us here and then putting us on the road and the other stuff we get to do with the FFA and the 4-H and all of the stuff that goes on in the community. Next weekend, we'll be here for the first Renaissance Festival, and at the same time, we'll be covering the big cruise and car show, the biggest event in Northwest Oklahoma that takes place in Alva next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They did a survey last year, and on Saturday had 13,000 people in downtown Alva. A nice show. We'll approach 500 cars and all kinds of car kind of stuff, including car kind of music, and we'll go to that at 4 o'clock on Friday. We will get out of Legends of Country and into 50s, 60s, 70s rock and roll. It's a great time in Northwest Oklahoma. And to tell you how this one's going to unroll tonight, here's Cade Kennedy.
Well, looking at the tail of the tape, so to speak, we'll start with the visitors from Pond Creek Hunter, a record of 0-1. That is right, 0-1. They had the weird, I don't even say weird. It's one of those situations where they played Coyle. It's a 16-6 loss to start the season. It's a tight defensive game. This is a Pond Creek Hunter team that a little bit young. You've got Brady Sherman at quarterback, sophomore, Laker Easley, the freshman running back. It's a team that's going to get more experience as they go on. Pond Creek Hunter coached by Tanner Bowman. This is a Pond Creek Hunter team coming off a bye as well. They've already gotten their bye out of the way, had it last week, and that's kind of the odd scheduling quirk, if you will. Everyone's got a scheduling quirk at some point. Waynoka's got theirs coming up with the double bye that they're essentially going to have with Beaver not having football this year and the bye week as normal for Waynoka. Next week, you'll have the bye after that. So Pond Creek Hunter, kind of more one of these younger teams. We'll see how they continue to develop throughout the season. Coming off that bye week, they have a little bit more preparation for this one. And for Waynoka, of course, coached by Payson Slater, record of 0-2, losing to Covington Douglas 48-12, and losing to O'Keene 46-0. Now, the next game for Waynoka will actually be October 3rd when they play Sharon Mutual. Now, Waynoka, obviously, when you combine those stats together, giving up 48 and 46 and only scoring the 12 points against Covington Douglas, that does not paint a pretty picture of having an average deficit right now of 41 points per game, but looking to turn that around tonight, and there's good reason to believe so. The last time these two played at Pond Creek last year was a 22-18 game that Pond Creek was able to pull off. Now, looking at some of the stats here and kind of going back through the history between these two, every other game has been a one-possession type of deal. There's been 8 meetings between Waynoka and Pond Creek Hunter before. Waynoka's only won one time. That was in 2001 in an 8-7 ball game. It's a weird-sounding score for 8-man, but 8-7 was the one Waynoka win they had all the way back in 2001. There have been a lot of tight games between Waynoka and Pond Creek Hunter before, and I'm just excited to see how Waynoka looks tonight. I mean, I know obviously they'll be a little bit down. Leidenhammer time got hurt last week, and so that's going to be a bit of a damper for the Rails to see how the offense looks tonight. But with a younger team coming in Pond Creek Hunter, I'm excited to see if Waynoka has this opportunity in front of them to get some momentum rolling before district play begins.
Thank you very much, Cade. Cade will be back to call the play-by-play. We will be joined by Coach Ronnie Nix. Right now, we're going to begin tonight's festivities. So we will begin tonight with our national anthem.
Would everybody please stand for your national anthem? Tonight being sung by Waynoka High School student Reagan Furman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, at the home of the brave?
Here now, the Church of Christ pastor with this evening's prayer.
If you will, please pray with us. Our most gracious and wonderful Heavenly Father, we come to you at this time thanking you so much for the opportunity that we have to be able to come here and enjoy this sport. Father, we pray that you would be with each one of these schools that are represented here. We're thankful for what they mean to their communities. Father, we ask that you would be with the young people that are in this competition tonight, that you would please watch over each and every one of them, that you would keep them safe, that you would allow them to enjoy their time. Father, we ask that you would be with each one of us as spectators, that as we travel from here tonight, that you would keep us all safe as we travel back to our homes. Thankful, Father, we're so thankful for this country that we live in and the freedoms we have, and that we're able to be here tonight and enjoy this. Father, we would ask you to continue to bless us, to take care of us. Father, we're most of all thankful for your son, Jesus, that was willing to die on that cross, that each one of us would have an opportunity to live with thee one day. Father, we ask that you would be with us now as we go on through the evening. And in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
So the national anthem and the prayer, and we are about ready to get underway. Cade Kennedy at the controls along with Ronnie Nix. Coach, you're telling me that we thought we had a week off because Beaver was not going to play football this year, but we picked up another game.
Yeah, we just found that out, and they had to get it approved to be through the board, and they got that worked out and found officials, and so we'll be off next week, and then for our bye week, and then, a team out of Kansas, Western Kansas, is coming down. I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head, but they're going to come down and play us on the 26th. It'll be a home game. So instead of playing Beaver, since they don't have enough, and they've dropped out of the district deal, so we'll come down and play. They'll come down and play us.
Thank you very much. That's Ronnie Nix, who will be joining in the broadcast tonight. I'll give you the officiating crew, and we're about to get underway, but let's pause right now for this message.
When your business is agriculture, You want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Tell me when. Captains are at the center of the field now. Waynoka in their beautiful maroon and silver trim. Got even a little gold on the trim. Coach Nix, those are some nice looking threads.
Yeah, this is the second year for those in the rotation, and yeah, they look sharp. I like it when we get to stay home in those maroon.
You bet. We're just a few minutes away from kickoff. Here are the officials. The referee, Jeremy Judd. The umpire, Tony Heller. The linesman tonight, Justin Vennard. The line judge, Anthony Phillips. And the back judge, Christian Tarango. And, of course, the dulcimer sounds, the baritone of Mr. Taylor. Seniors off the field, captains off the field. You know from the locker room show that we do have a couple of injuries. And Kate will be along to talk about those. The banner, the Pride banner is up. The Railroaders getting their last words from Coach Payson Slater. It is a gorgeous evening. And here to call the action is Cade Kennedy.
As the Railroaders make their way onto the field as we are moments away from kickoff here in Waynoka, what should be an exciting game. And Coach, I mean, anytime there are two teams who come to a game, district play is on the horizon. We're almost there. Two teams trying to get their first win of the season. What do you look for in a game like this?
Just coming out with effort, I think, and they've emphasized some things about blocking and getting out to a fast start. It's probably one of the most important things, I think, and just see if we can get it rolling right here on offense. I think defense, we've been playing okay. Just offensively, we just got to get it rolling.
And the Waynoka offense will have a great opportunity. They are going to receive to start the game. Pond Creek Hunter won the toss, chose to defer, and when that happens, usually you're going to want the ball. So Waynoka going to receive. It'll be Pond Creek Hunter kicking off, going from left to right across the radio dial will be the kick from Pond Creek Hunters. It looks like it'll be Cole Chavez, number 2, the junior, getting ready to place the ball on the tee. It's 12 minutes on the clock here in Waynoka. Deep for the rails is number 10, Dakota Davidson. We are just about underway here in Waynoka as Chavez makes his way back to the 35, all the way to the 33. It's quick motion. Everyone trying to make sure they're on the right side. Chavez puts toe to leather, and we are underway as Davidson able to pick it up, and we have an immediate flag. 1 second into the game, and we have a penalty. That might be a new record. See who the penalty is on. I would believe it would be an offside. Looks like that is what it's going to be. So that'll move the kick back 5 yards to the 35 from the 40. As once again, it'll be Chavez getting ready to kick it off. Makes his way, and now we are underway as Davidson able to field it at the 28-yard line, gets across the 30, and is hit at the 33-yard line before as he is brought down by Trent Dillon, and that is where the Railroaders will start. At about the 38-yard line. We'll see what Waynoka comes out with, what this team is going to look like. I know Ben had mentioned a few of the injuries that Waynoka has, and that's going to be one of the interesting situations throughout the day. As Bouchard comes out as the quarterback with number 3, Roland George, the back to his right, receiver to his right as well. Bouchard takes the snap, fakes a handoff, goes up the middle, and gains about 3 yards, being brought down at the 42-yard line. 11:45 to go in quarter number 1, and now slow to get up. Looks like is Bouchard. That is not a good sign, but now he gets up and is able to walk on over, getting some applause from the crowd. Bouchard, it looks like, going to stay on the sideline. It'll be a new quarterback now for the Rails. It'll be number 11, Weston Longoria, the sophomore, coming in. So, Coach, we'd mentioned those injuries, and I mean, right out of the gate, you have another one happen to Bouchard.
Yeah, he's tough, though. I bet he'll be right back in there. It looked like he got the wind knocked out of him.
So Longoria with a back to his right. Hands it off, up the middle, racing for a first down is number 3. That's George. Gets right to midfield at the 50. 11:20 to go in the first quarter. And Waynoka at midfield. Waynoka will huddle up. Bouchard now back in the game with the receiver to his right. Takes the handoff, now keeps it up the middle, bounces off a few defenders before getting to the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 and bring up 2nd and 6, 10:58 to go in the opening quarter. No score yet still, of course, here in Waynoka. The Waynoka team still, as both teams are, looking for win number 1 on the season. And you want to have that momentum, as we've talked about, a bye week next for Waynoka to try to recover from some of those injuries. Bouchard now under center, receiver to his right, and a back behind him. Now man goes in motion. Bouchard looks to throw, scans to his right, looks for someone to go, and eventually gets hit down by Noah Crouch, number 7, all the way back to the 45, and we do have a flag down at midfield. See what the penalty is, and it'll be a hold against the Rails. The holding going to be declined. We'll move it back to the 44-yard line of Waynoka. Will be 2nd and 16. The one thing you really don't want for Waynoka going to happen immediately, being put in a 2nd and forever, it feels like. 10:16 to go in the opening quarter. Bouchard all by himself, 3 receivers to his left. Bouchard takes the snap, scans left, looking for somewhere to go, eventually fires it where it's caught at the 47-yard line by Dakota Davidson before he's wrestled down a host of Panthers around in the area. But McQuinn Baker, one of the seniors, in there on the stop for Pond Creek Hunter. But I'll move it to the 48-yard line. Waynoka's still on its own side of the field. We've got a little bit of a mix-up here. The digital marker is still saying it's first down. I would like to think it's still first down, but the normal marker, the one that we're used to, showing that it's 4th down, so it will be a punting situation for Waynoka. 9:30 to go in the opening quarter. The punt is underway from Millage, as Wyatt Millage able to drop that one at the 26-yard line, where it'll eventually be down. So 9:18 to go in the opening quarter. No score yet for either side, and we'll see what Pond Creek Hunter does on its first opportunity.
1st and 10, Pond Creek Hunter.
As the ball will be moved from the 26 to the 27. Officials will say that's where it was downed at. So out comes the Pond Creek Hunter offense for the first time, as Brady Sherman as the quarterback with a back behind him, the freshman Laker Easley. 2 receivers to his left. Now motions out Easley. Snap goes Flips it out to Easley. Easley racing across the 25, 30, 35, 40. Gets a few blocks to the 50, and he might be gone. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Don't see a flag anywhere. And a touchdown for Pond Creek Hunter on the first play of the scrimmage for the Panthers. 9:04 to go in the opening quarter, and Pond Creek Hunter able to strike first. And I mean, that is just not what you want to happen. It's just a simple halfback swing out to Easley, and he's able to just drive past everybody and start gliding down the field.
Yeah, really good blocking out there on the edge from their wide receivers, and their linebacker didn't quite get out there quick enough, and that's what happens.
Panthers will line up for two as it goes on a direct snap to Sherman. Sherman rolls left, dives across, and does get the 2-point conversion to make it 8-0 Pond Creek Hunter on top of Waynoka with 9:04 to go in the opening quarter. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Waynoka football here on KALV.
Pond Creek Hunter 8, Waynoka 0.
Big enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
We love to give back to our customers. Did you know Alva State Bank offers a great rewards checking account program? That's right. You can earn cash back or high interest with our Kasasa accounts. We will even refund you up to $25 in ATM fees.
How do I qualify?
It's simple. Just swipe your debit card 12 times, sign up for online statements, and have one ACH credit or debit post to your account.
Can I do it online?
Yes. Just visit our website at www.alvastatebank.com to see if our Kasasa Rewards program is right for you. We make banking easy. Whether you're at home, the office, or in your car, our online or mobile banking options help you juggle busy schedules and financial needs.
We plant roots where others have branches.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Waynoka, where the Panthers of Pond Creek Hunter have an 8-0 lead over the Rails. 9:04 to go in quarter number one. A one-play drive for Pond Creek Hunter to get the scoring underway, and now Waynoka really needs to get a response, try to find some momentum and counter back as the kickoff from Chavez is underway, bounces across the 20 where Davidson has to pick it up at the 15-yard line, gets across the 20, maybe the 25 at about the best before he is dragged down. But once again, another host of Pond Creek Hunter Panthers all over it. To bring up 1st and 10 for the Rails. The refs try to see where they want to spot this one, and they'll spot it just a bit shy of the 25-yard line.
Ball on the 24, 1st and 10.
It's the Waynoka offense ready to go. The first drive got to about midfield and then stalled out, had a penalty as well that did not help things. Shard will be under center with a back behind him and a receiver to his right. Receiver now comes in motion. Bouchard hands it off to Davidson, and Davidson able to cut up for a few yards. Brought down at about the 27-yard line. It'll set up second and 8. 8:45 to go in the opening quarter. Second down for Waynoka. Bouchard once again. Receivers to each side and a back behind him in George. Bouchard once again going under center. Receiver moves in motion. Bouchard hands it off to Davidson, who gets hit in the back, or just a gain of 1. Was able to slip around what looked like he was going to be hit in the backfield, able to get another yard and make it 3rd and about 6.5 maybe. 8:08 to go in the opening quarter. Still an 8-0 lead for Pond Creek Hunter. Waynoka breaking the huddle. Bouchard, 2 receivers to his right, back to his right as well. 3rd down for the Rails. Bouchard rolls right, looking for somewhere to throw. Eventually has to just fire it and ends up going out of bounds, throwing it away. The smart decision by Bouchard. I mean, he had pressure over him. Carlos Robinson was in his face, and Bouchard just had to make the smart play to throw it away. 7:37 to go in quarter number 1, and it'll bring up 4th down for Waynoka. See what the Rails want to do. It looks like it'll be another punting situation as Millage back to punting away. Looks like it'll be Kyson Davis as the return man for Pond Creek Hunter back at the 45. Millage gets the snap, boots it away, as that one will bounce at the 50 and spin around to the 45-yard line, rolling across to the 44. A friendly roll there, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Pond Creek Hunter at their own 44-yard line. 7:30 to go in the opening quarter. Pond Creek Hunter gets back in the huddle. Waynoka's defense already out on the field looking to make a stand. And I mean, making a stand could be defined as just this drive going at least 2 plays with what Pond Creek Hunter was able to do their first time around. Sherman, the quarterback, with easily the back behind him, receiver to each side. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Runner goes in motion, snap, handoff to Easley. Easley gets to the 45, tries to break a tackle, but is corralled at the 47 before lunging to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4 for Easley, as several Rails try to bring him down, but Easley just a little bit slippery there to bring up a 2nd and 6. 7:10 to go in the opening quarter for Pond Creek Hunter. Panthers now slowing down, taking a little bit of time. Receiver out to the far side, and a running back behind Sherman, the quarterback. Sherman takes the snap, hands it off to a new running back in. That'll be number 21, Cooper Kelso. Barrels his way to about the 47-yard line is where he landed, but that's not where he was down at, marked around the 49. So able to move into Waynoka territory. Are they saying we have the ball?
Yeah, I saw the ball come out, and it looked like Titan Smith Dunn got on top of it. Yeah, they're going to give us the ball right here.
Well, good. I mean, Pond Creek Hunter, some of the coaches looking around saying, what's going on? But it looks like it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Waynoka, and it is. Out comes the offense. And so a much-needed fumble recovery by Titan Smith Dunn, as you mentioned, and now bring back out Bouchard as the quarterback, back to his right, receiver to his right as well. Bouchard takes a snap, thought about handing it off, drives up the middle, and gets a couple of yards to the 49-yard line. We're going to bring up 2nd and 7. Kind of one of those awkward sequences where the ball was on the ground. It was a smart play by Titan Smith Dunn to just fall on it.
Yeah, he just jumped right on it. I saw it pop out, and I don't even think the official saw it until he got up with it.
I was saying, I don't think really anyone on the field noticed it until he said, hey, I'm on the ball. That's mine. 2nd and 7 for the Rails. 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. An 8-0 lead for Pond Creek Hunters. Bouchard hands it up the middle. Ball bobbled around as it is going to stay with Waynoka. As it was recovered by number 32, I want to say that, or 22, will be Gavin Stephen. 3rd and 7 for Waynoka. .5:30 to go in the opening quarter. Pond Creek Hunter with an 8-0 lead over Waynoka, but the Rails getting the ball back off a fumble at midfield. Offense still moving around. Now a receiver out to Bouchard's left. Make it 2 receivers. Now a man goes in motion. Bouchard handing it off to Davidson. Davidson trying to race back around and gets ran out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. That 49-yard line will make it 4th down. Anyway, Waynoka just trying to get any movement they can, whether it be side to side, whether it be trying to get vertical with it. Pond Creek Hunter doing a great job staying defensively sound right now.
Yeah, the outside edge, they're containing really well right now, and we just can't get one busted.
So 4th down, decision time for the Rails. 5:03 to go in the opening quarter, and Waynoka going to take a timeout. Coach Slater wanted to think about it a little bit more, and we'll take the timeout with them. Waynoka trailing 8-0 to Pond Creek Hunter. We'll be back in a moment with Railroader football here on KALV.
Holder Drug, your local pharmacy. Stop in and check out some of the new available items at Holder's, starting with our hanging scrolls and banners. Expecting a child soon? Holder Drug is the perfect place for your baby registry. Find more information by stopping by the store or visit us online at holderdrug.com. As always, free delivery with your medications and prescriptions, along with specials at the fountain. That's Holder Drug, located on the downtown square, right here in Alva.
Rachel's Cafe in downtown Waynoka is like its owner. Beautiful. From the front door, clear through. You'll love the look, the feel, and you'll love the taste at Rachel's Cafe. With a full menu and a daily special, Rachel's is burgers, calf fries, and much, much more. Open Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 4 and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 7 p.m. Say hi to Rachel and her great staff in downtown Waynoka.
Welcome back to Waynoka. Cade Kennedy here with you alongside Coach Ronnie Nix. Fourth down for the Rails, 4th and 7 at the 49-yard line as Bouchard under center, and we've got a flag. It looks like maybe movement on the Rails, and that's what it's going to be, a false start against Waynoka. They'll back it up 5 yards back to the 44-yard line, Waynoka's own 44. So now it'll be 4th and 12, and that makes the decision a lot more risky if you want to go for it. Bouchard still under center. With the back behind him now, a man in motion. Bouchard rolls right, looks for someone to throw. Bouchard going to launch it back where it is batted around. Is it going to be caught? It looks like it might be caught by Dakota Davidson. The fight for it, or is it intercepted? Now the officials are having a discussion about it. This is either a great catch or a great interception. It'd be caught by Davidson or it'd be an interception by Easley. 4:51 to go in the opening quarter. Officials still talking about it here at the 37-yard line. Now we've got a whole group discussion. It was 2, now there's 4 of them. Which way are they going to give the ball? So they place the ball at the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down for Waynoka. So they'll give the catch to Dakota Davidson.
First down.
And just what Waynoka needed on a 4th and 12. Everything's starting to go sideways. A lob and a snag from Bouchard to Davidson. As Bouchard now with George to the back to his right. Bouchard fakes the handoff, now rolls up the middle to the 35, cuts back around, tried to spin past the defender before being brought down the 33-yard line, but still a nice gain for Bouchard. It'll make 2nd down for the Rails, 2nd and 6. Make that 2nd and 5, the 32. 4:15 to go in the opening quarter. Pond Creek Hunter with an 8-0 lead over Waynoka. Bouchard with a receiver to his left here on the near side. Running back is George to his right. Davidson has the wide out. Bouchard hands it off to George. George gets stifled up the middle. Gains maybe a yard at best, and that is it. Several Pond Creek Hunter defenders in the area, including, it looks like, number 68. That would be Ethan Stevens, the big sophomore. 3rd down now for the Rails. 3rd and 4th, the Pond Creek Hunter 31-yard line. 3:35 to go in quarter number 1. Pond Creek Hunter with the 8-0 lead over the Rails. Bouchard, George the back to his left. Davidson out on the near side. Bouchard fakes the hand and bobbles the ball, picks it back up, and is able to just wiggle his way to the 30-yard line. It'll be 4th down now for Waynoka. 4th and 2 right at the 30-yard line, and that was just a good heads-up play by Bouchard. The ball bobbles in his hands, picks it up, and just dives forward.
Down and a long 2.
Yeah, and it was there, too. I think he would probably have the first down, but just wisely got on the ball and tried to get what he could.
Under 3 minutes to go now in quarter number 1. I think this would be an easy decision. If you went for it on 4th and 12, I would think you would go for it on just 4th and 3. Actually, 4th and 2. Maybe a long 2, but 2 nonetheless. Bouchard with Davidson as the back to his right. Bouchard hands it off to Davidson, who gets plowed at the 30-yard line, but a flag comes out. We'll see what that is. It's a big hit by McQuinn Baker. The flag's a hold against the rails anyway, so that will be declined. So being on 4th down, Pond Creek Hunter will take over on downs with 2:36 to go in the opening quarter. So another drive for Waynoka that has a little bit of life to it. You have a penalty at the end, but that was a play that gets absolutely blown up on 4th down regardless of the hold. Waynoka defense already set back out on the field. The Panthers now jog their way back out to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Sherman, as the quarterback, has a receiver to each side, has a back to his left. Now, receiver goes in motion, hands it off to Blaine Teft, who goes up the middle of the 34-yard line, a gain of 5.
Gain of about 5 on the play.
Just getting a little bit of motion, trying to run the ball any way you can, whether it be handing it off to a running back, whether going to receivers as well. Pond Creek Hunter just wanting to try to establish that ground game, as you see happen all the time in 8-man. 2:14 to go in the opening quarter. 2nd and 5 for Pond Creek, and a movement on the line again. It looks like that'll be against the rails. Jumping offside. And that's what it is, an offsides against Waynoka. The 5-yard penalty will make it a 1st down, or I'm going to say 2nd and insanely short. Now the officials are going to motion for the 1st down. It'll be a 1st down for Pond Creek Hunter at its own 39-yard line. 2:10 to go in quarter number 1. Pond Creek Hunter with an 8-0 lead over Waynoka. As a handoff is actually going to be a keeper by Sherman. Sherman plowing his way ahead across the 40 down to the 45-yard line before he's finally wrestled down by Davidson. It's another kind of heads-up play there by Sherman. Nearly did run into his own running back and was able to bounce off him. 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line. 1:45 to go in the opening quarter. As Sherman this time hands it off the middle to Teft, as Teft able to bounce off defenders to get across midfield for another 1st down to the 49-yard line of Waynoka. So another 1st down for Pond Creek Hunter, just trying to establish that run game up the middle, switching it around, whoever they want to hand it off to. Teft, one of the bigger kids for this Panther squad. Sherman once again fakes a handoff, now gives it back up to Teft. Teft up the middle of the 45-yard line before he is thrown down to the ground by number 2. That is Corbin Ferguson, the junior, making one of his first stops of the day. 1:15 to go in quarter number 1. Pond Creek Hunter still with the ball, trying to drive down the field after stopping Waynoka on a 4th and 3. Sherman still is the quarterback, receiver to his left. Sherman, design run up the middle, lunges ahead, gets a couple of yards to the 41-yard line, where it'll make it 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 officially for Pond Creek Hunter.
3rd down and 2 to go.
Now substitutions, McQuinn Baker, one of the seniors, will come in as a receiver on the far side. As Cooper Kelso is the back behind Sherman. Sherman hands it off to Kelso. Kelso rumbles across the 40 to the 35. Finally brought down to the 34. Still trudging to the 33-yard line before finally being wrestled down by Bashar. So another 1st down for Pond Creek Hunter. 30 seconds to go in quarter number 1. An 8-0 lead already for the Panthers. Kelso staying out as the running back. Sherman looking down. As a receiver to each side, Kelso has mentioned the running back behind him. Sherman pitches it out to Kelso to the 30-yard line, where he is cut down by Bashard.
Gain of just a few on the run.
2nd down for the Panthers, and they don't have to run another play this quarter. 10 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Pond Creek Hunters still getting everybody set like they might want to run a play, but I don't know if they will. Sherman fakes, and that will be the end of the 1st quarter, where Pond Creek Hunter has an 8-0 lead over Waynoka. We'll take a quick break and be right back with more Railroader football here on KALV.
Core Bank in Waynoka was so named because of their customers. The name speaks to strength, substance, strong character, plus sound banking principles, heart, and soul. Offering strong, convenient banking in their community has been the aim, the goal of Core Bank of Waynoka, with a foundation dating to the early 1900s and shepherded for the last 50 years, headed by President Mick George and now Weston Hill, Vice President and Loan Officer. Core Bank, member FDIC, serving the community from downtown Waynoka. Call or come by, proudly supporting all things Northwest Oklahoma. Go Rails!
We are very fortunate to live, to work, and to be able to play in this part of the world. We're also thankful for all of our blessings, our friends, and our neighbors in and around the Waynoka area. One of our big blessings is having our own animal doctor. That's Dr. Michaela Zook. Dr. Michaela Zook is now located in downtown Waynoka and can be reached at any time by telephone, 580-554-0226. Dr. Michaela Zook. One more blessing. And our hometown veterinarian.
Joe Parsons has worked hard and has succeeded in becoming the go-to realtor for this part of the country. So if you want to sell your part of this country or you want to buy part of this country, Joe wants to hear from you. Call Joe Parsons at 580-748-2640.
Welcome back to Waynoka as we get ready for the start of quarter number 2. As Sherman fakes it off, tries a jump pass that's just short, intended for Crouch. It was a great execution until the final lob at the end, just a little bit short for Crouch, and that's a break there for Waynoka. Just a wide open man, but had to stop, try to come back to the ball, and by that point, it was already too late. It'll make it 3rd and 7 for Pond Creek Hunter, just starting quarter number 2. Pond Creek Hunter now going from right to left across your radio dial. Sherman clears out the backfield, throws it over to Easley, to just bobbles in and out of his hands. It's 4th down. 2 head-scratching plays there if you're the Pond Creek Hunter coaching staff, where I'm sure that's something you practice all the time, and then you see it happen where it's just the offense is moving down the field, and it's a routine play, and it hits you right in the hands. So 4th and 7 now for Pond Creek Hunter at the Waynoka 30-yard line. As Sherman in the gun, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Sherman takes the snap, scanning, heaving it downfield where it will be overthrown and incomplete, intended for Teff. And another turnover on downs, this time benefiting Waynoka. 11:50 to go in quarter number 2. Waynoka will get the ball back at its own 30-yard line. And there's good coverage there as well on the play for Waynoka.
Yeah, that was a big stop, maybe a momentum getter for us right here. We needed that one, so we just stayed down 1 score.
Absolutely. Still just an 8-0 ball game, and we mentioned it a little bit in the pregame. Waynoka and Pond Creek Hunter have only met 8 times, but when they get together, it's usually a pretty competitive game. As Bouchard with a receiver to his left, running back to his right, hands it off to George. George able to stumble for a yard. And that is it, met by 3 different Panthers in the area. Carlos Robinson in on it. Cooper Kelso was as well. Make it 2nd and 9 now for Waynoka. 31-yard line, 11:27 to go in quarter number 2. Bouchard with a back behind him. Receiver off to his right, and Davidson. Davidson now moves in motion, and as he does, we've got flags. Looks like it's going to be an offside, however. And it is going to be offsides against Pond Creek.
Offside on the defense.
They'll move it 5 yards and make it a 2nd and 4. Move it to the 36-yard line. So still here in the opening minute of the second quarter, Pond Creek Hunter with an 8-0 lead over Waynoka. Bouchard under center with a back behind him, receiver to each side. Davidson for the right, now goes in motion. Now we've got flags again, and it's another offside against Pond Creek. That motion from Davidson's getting somebody to move. I mean, it is a beautiful play call. You don't have to do anything, and you get a free 5 yards. And it's a 1st down for Waynoka. Moves it to the 41-yard line. You'll take a 1st down any way you can get it. Waynoka trying to start another drive. Bouchard fakes a handoff, goes up the middle, tries to bounce off a defender and has nowhere to go. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about it. Bouchard wrestled down by Kelso, 21 tackling 21. Second and 10 for the Rails at their own 41-yard line. Moving from left to right on your radio dial. Waynoka, as mentioned, in the maroon helmets, jerseys, and pants. Pond Creek Hunter, the black helmets, black pants, and the white jerseys as well. 10:35 to go in quarter number 2. As Bouchard with a receiver out to his right, back behind him. Railroaders now set, calls for Davidson, the receiver, to move around. As Bouchard hands it off to Davidson. Davidson breaks back across the 40 and is met for maybe a gain of 1, and that's about it. And that'll make it a third down. Only a gain of 1 on the end around to Davidson. 10 minutes to go in quarter number 2, an 8-0 lead for Pond Creek Hunter. 9:55 to go in the first half. Bouchard with Davidson as the back to his right. Bouchard takes the snap, rolls right, looks for someone to throw, has to just loft it into heavy traffic where it falls incomplete. As it might have been the closest player in the area was Tegan Coward of Pond Creek Hunter. I mean, that was almost floated, not intentionally, but floated directly to him. And that's some of the pressure that Pond Creek Hunter has been able to bring against Coyle in their game. They'd send some 4-man defensive fronts. They'd send as much pressure as they could to try to get to Coyle. Starting to try to send a little bit of pressure whenever Bouchard rolls out. So it'll be Wyatt Millage back to punt. 4th and 8 for the Rails. 9:40 to go in the first half as Millage able to boot that one away, where it is caught at the 30-yard line by Kyson Davis. Davis makes one-man miss, gets across the 30 to the 45, breaks a tackle at the 49-yard line, and that's where he will ultimately be brought down. So Pond Creek Hunter on its own side of the 50, but only by a yard, and that's where the Panthers will set up shop. .31 to go here in the first half. It's been a defensive battle so far here in Waynoka. Sherman with a back behind him. Back to his right as well. Sherman hands it off to Easley. Easley glides across the 50 before being hammered at the 48-yard line. 2 different Rails in on the stop there. Davidson, one of them, and the other one, number 56, Titan Smith Dunn, who got the big fumble recovery earlier. Having a good game so far. It's 2nd and 7 at the Waynoka 48-yard line. Sherman with Easley as the back to his left, a receiver to each side. That receiver comes in motion. Sherman fakes the handoff, now keeps it himself to the 45, cuts across to the 40, stiff arms the defender at the 35, and is finally brought down at the 34, being tackled by number 2, that's Ferguson. So a first down for Pond Creek Hunter at the 34-yard line. 8:40 to go in the first half. Pond Creek Hunter already with an 8-0 lead, trying to expand upon it. Kelso now the running back behind Sherman. Sherman hands it off to Kelso. Kelso breaks free from him, breaks off a tackle, brought down at the 30-yard line. A combination of Millage and Davidson. Make it 2nd and 6 for the Panthers. Kelso stays as the running back behind Sherman. 2 receivers out to his right. Sherman flips it over on a quick screen to Baker. Baker rolls across the 30 to 25, inside the 20, and that will be a red zone opportunity for Pond Creek Hunter, finally brought down at the 18-yard line, and another first down for Pond Creek. Clock continues to move. 7:50 to go in the first half. This is not a situation you want to be in if you're Waynoka, already down 8-0. Sherman hands it off to Kelso. Kelso up the middle, rumbles across the 15, 10, breaks across, tackles down to the 5. It's another first down for Kelso, one of the power backs that Pond Creek Hunter likes to use. 7:27 to go now in quarter number 2. Kelso will stay in the game as the back behind Sherman. 2 receivers to his left. The receivers, Davis, the closest receiver to us on the near side, as well as Baker. Sherman looks around, play clock down to 19. Sherman decides to keep it himself on the right side, rolls into the end zone, and a touchdown, Pond Creek Hunter. 7:07 to go in quarter number 2, and it's now 14-0 Panthers on top of the rails. Just not a position you wanted to get yourself in, Waynoka. Is Pond Creek able to march down the field on that drive? Not just a one-play spurt that time, able to put together a sustained drive. The Panthers will go for 2. Interesting formation. Direct snap to Easley. Easley tries to rumble around. Does he get in? Yes, he does. Walking on in to make it 16-0 Pond Creek Hunter on top of Waynoka. 7:07 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're listening and watching Waynoka football here on KALV.
Warm up with a class at Northwest Technology Center this month. Choose one of our evening classes, including computer fundamentals, cooking, health-related courses, business development, and much more. Northwest Technology Center also offers training for your business at your convenience. Contact us today for more information at 580-327-0344 in Alva or 580-227-3708 in Fairview. Northwest Technology Center is preparing students for success in education, careers, and life.
Clean Harbors, hazardous waste disposal and recycling services provide the widest range of recycling, treatment, and disposal options for all your hazardous waste streams. Unmatched in North America, our infrastructure of hazardous waste management facilities services all of the U.S. and Canada, northern Mexico, and Puerto Rico. We handle both drum and bulk hazardous waste in liquid, solid, semi-solid, sludge, and gas forms. One call handles all your hazardous waste disposal needs. Located in Waynoka, where we proudly support our railroaders.
There you go. Welcome back to Waynoka. The Rails find themselves in a 16-0 hole, 7:07 to go in quarter number 2 as Pond Creek Hunter ready to kick it back off to Waynoka. As Davidson will be the deep man. Chavez boots it away as it will be a kick that rolls to the 25-yard line, just dies, picked up by Davidson, picks it up to the 30, 35, and hit at the 37-yard line. They're going to say 36-yard line, check that. And that's where the Rails will set up at 1st and 10. 7:03 to go in the first half. Waynoka needing an answer now. Rails break the huddle. Shard with a back to his right and a receiver to his left on the far side. Shard checks the play. Now snaps it. Fakes it, handoff to George. Now rumbles up the middle across the 40 down to the 43 or 44-yard line. We're going to make it about 2nd and 3. We'll be at the 43, right in between the 43 and 44. If you could call it a 43 and a half, I would call it a 43 and a half. With 6:40 to go here in the first half. Second and short for the Rails. Shard with Stills the Shard going under center. George is the back behind him. Davidson the receiver on the far side. Davidson now goes in motion. Bashard tries to just squeeze his way up front, gets a yard, and that's about it before being met by Robinson. It's now 3rd and a long 1.5 for the Rails, just on the longer side of their own 45. Got to get to the 46. 5:53 to go in the first half. Pond Creek Hunter now with a 16-0 lead over Waynoka. 3rd and 1 for the Rails. Bashard under center. Davidson is receiver to his left. George is the back behind him. Davidson now goes in motion. Bouchard hands it off to Davidson on the end around. Gets hit at the 45 and about nowhere else to go. It's just sound tackling once again from Pond Creek Hunter playing their assignments. And as you'd mentioned earlier, Coach, just doing a great job setting that outside edge.
Yeah, we got to hit that just a little quicker when he gets that, and he probably needs to cut it a little inside because his blocker's leading up right there off the end.
So 4th and inches, 4th and about half a yard. Rails going to go for it. 5:10 to go in quarter number 2. Bouchard under center, back behind him. And now we've got whistles and a timeout going to be taken by Waynoka. 5:05 to go here in the first half and a 16-0 lead for Pond Creek Hunter.
Well, they were going to squeeze Bouchard in the A gap, and 5 guys were shoulder to shoulder right in front of him. So timeout, and we'll do something different. Coach, you've been on the sidelines most of the time, so probably what's the call here?
Well, they've had some luck with pulling that guard and Bouchard following it, but with them squeezing like that, they might want to bump something outside here with that motion with Davidson. Probably the best play we've had is the lead with just straight on with George straight up the middle. So I would probably say that's going to be something like that, but we'll see what Coach Slater pulls out.
My guest at halftime is going to be Cherie Truesdale. Big event coming up at the Little Sahara tomorrow. Don and Donnie putting on a show. We'll talk more about it. It's an America's Oasis presentation. Here's Kate.
Bouchard now in the gun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Bouchard takes it up the middle. Flag down. Did he get the first down? We'll have to see on a spot here. Where does the ref want to give it to him? And what is the flag? Both of which are going to be really important here. Bouchard just tried to keep it himself and did. I would guess on the spot, if, I can't see right down the middle perfectly, but I'd say that's a first down for Waynoka. So it would depend on the penalty. And it is going to be against the rails. It'll be either an illegal motion or an illegal something. That'll move it back 5 yards.
When they put that man in motion coming across, he jumped and started forward just, a little before the snap. Darn it.
Yeah, so that illegal motion moves it back to the 40.
4th down and a little over 5.
And so now that 4th and a long 5, 4:55 to go into the first half. Waynoka still trying to go for it here, as you'd expect. Bouchard moves Davidson in motion from the right towards the left. Bouchard keeps it, rolls towards the right across the 40, gets dropped down at the 44, but another flag. So this time will be short, and we'll have to see what the penalty's on. If it's against Waynoka, Pond Creek will decline it.
Davidson gave him a good block, and he followed him and waited on the block to happen. That was a nice-looking play.
We wait to see what the flag is, and it is going to be a hold against Waynoka. The penalty will be declined, so it'll be a first down for Pond Creek Hunter. So big stop again for the Panthers. You're already up 16-0, and they have an opportunity to try to tack on a little bit more before halftime. 4:43 to go in the first half. Sherman makes his way back onto the field. The back behind him now, receiver going in motion, hands it off to Teft as Teft rolls across the 45-yard line. Tried to go downhill, but stopped for a 0-yard gain at the line of scrimmage. Second down. There we go. Now it's second down. Had to move it from first to second. It's okay. Everybody, sometimes it takes a moment, but as long as we get the right call in and the right plays, we're good to go. Sherman takes a snap, rolls off to his right, tries a sidearm, and it is caught at the 38-yard line by Chavez. So nice play there by Sherman, just kind of showing a little bit more of the sidearm action there. Third down at the 38-yard line in Waynoka for Pond Creek Hunter. Be 3rd and 4 for the Panthers. Sherman with a receiver or a running back behind him. Receiver to the right and a tight end to his right as well. Sherman letting some of this clock run down to 4:06 here, 10 on the play clock. Sherman hands it up the middle to Kelso. Kelso just barrels across the 35-yard line, and that's where he'll be met right at the 35. It'll be short, but it'll be 4th and 1. Just running right into the pile of Railroaders. So 4th and short. Sherman trying to get everybody set. Still has Kelso as the power back behind him. Receiver to his right, tight end to his right as well. Sherman takes a snap, hands it off to Kelso, gets across the 34 to the 33, and that's where he'll be stopped. Now the ref will shift a few feet to the right. That'll be a little bit more, but a first down nevertheless for Pond Creek Hunter. 3:36 to go in the first half. Panthers still with the ball and a 16-0 lead over the Rails. It's a shifting of the running backs as Easley will come back in place of Kelso. Behind Sherman. Sherman runs an option pitch out to Easley. Easley tries to shift around 2 defenders, gets tackled down at the 29-yard line. Nearly broke through, tried to slip around, but brought down by the ankle. So to make it 2nd and 6. 29-yard line of Waynoka. 3:05 to go in the first half. Receiver goes in motion, hands it off to Teft, does Sherman. Teft rolling around to the 30, breaks it off to the 25, flag down as well. Would not shock me if the flag is a hold. That's what the preliminary signal is. It is going to be a hold against Pond Creek Hunter.
Holding on the offense.
So penalty needed there for the Rails, moves it back. The refs will march it back from the spot of the hold there to the 10 yards, the 39-yard line. It will be 2nd and 16 now for Pond Creek Hunter. As Sherman in the gun, a receiver to each side. As Sherman looks, now moves in a receiver behind him. Sherman fires it back over to Davis. As Davis rolls across the 40, brought down at the 38-yard line. As Bouchard in to make the stop. So big 3rd down here for the Rails. 3rd and 13 at the 37-yard line. Students and band making a little bit of noise. 2:07 to go in the first half. Pond Creek Hunter trying to drive down the field once again, already up 16-0. Sherman in the gun. A receiver to each side. Now receiver goes in motion from the right. Sherman takes the snap, scanning, looking, heaving it down the field, and it is going to be caught at the 15-yard line by Davis. As Davis able to make a diving grab and brought down at the 14. So a first down for Pond Creek Hunter. I mean, that's just a nice throw by Sherman and a nice catch by Davis. Davis from the left side moves in motion again to Sherman, who's out of the gun. Sherman now keeps it himself, goes across the 10, breaks tackles to the 5, and walks in. Touchdown, Pond Creek Hunter. 1:31 to go in the first half, and Pond Creek Hunter adds another touchdown on the board to make it 22-0 in favor of the Panthers. And it's just a good play there by Sherman, able to break a tackle on the QB run. Just a well-executed draw there. Panthers look for what they want to run for the 2-point conversion attempt. Sherman will have 2 backs in with him. Sherman on the direct keeper, rumbles up the middle, and is stuffed at the 1-yard line. Not going to get there. The first 2-point conversion stop of the day for Waynoka. 22-0, however. Pond Creek Hunter on top of Waynoka with 1:31 to go until halftime. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching and listening to Waynoka football here on KALV.
America's Oasis, a whole new world of off-road delight. America's Oasis, joining the north edge of the Little Sahara State Park just south of Waynoka, is open for business, and they invite you and your family to come stay and play. To explore all the possibilities, go to their website, americasoasis.com, and see the many ways you can come to Northwest Oklahoma and play in the sand. America's Oasis, an amazing concept. You have to experience it to believe it. Come visit America's Oasis, just south of Waynoka, the little city by the sand.
What do you look for in a good ag lender? Local decision making? Quick responses on questions? Personalized business packages with a focus on your financial goals? Guidance with the latest technology? On-site visits with respect for your time and your schedule? Well, if that sounds good to you, you should give us a call. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the leader in ag lending.
Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, an equal housing lender, online at farmcreditloans.com.
Welcome back to Waynoka, where the Panthers of Pond Creek Hunter have a 22-0 lead over the rails as the kickoff from Chavez will roll its way out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
And that kickoff will go out of bounds.
So, should see, I'm not going to have a flag, it looks like. The officials looking where they're going to spot the ball, and they're just going to, nope, now they're going to move it up to the 35. So no flag needed. One of those, they assume everyone knows that the penalty's a kick out of bounds. You can't do that. So it will be a 1st and 10 at the 30. That kind of scared me for a moment if they're going to keep it at the 25 or not, but they do put it at the 35. So it will be a 1st and 10 for the Rails. Bouchard still is the quarterback, now with 2 receivers to each side. Bouchard all by himself in the backfield. Bouchard now asks for Davidson to move in motion behind him. Bouchard lobs it over to Davidson, catches it at the 30, spins around at the 35, 37, and eventually brought down at the 39-yard line for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 and a Panther down. It looks like that's Kelso who's getting up, going to be subbed for by number 8. That's Parker Grounds making his first appearance for the Panthers today. Another quick sub for the Panthers as they'll bring in number 33. That's Aiden Roadcat. 1:05 to go in the first half. 2nd down, Bouchard takes the snap, scrambling around, wants to heave it down the field, and it is intercepted at the 34-yard line. Panthers able to get the turnover. I believe it was Baker on the interception, and it was McQuinn Baker able to pick him off, and now Pond Creek Hunter, with 52 seconds left to go in the first half, has another shot to score.
It was a nice-looking pass, 30 yards in the air. It needed to be 35 in the air.
Yeah, that was the only problem. Just a little bit more air on it. But either way, that'll set up 1st and 10 for Pond Creek Hunter with 52 seconds to go in the first half. We'll see what the Panthers do. I would think they want to try to run a few plays, see what they can get out of it, and determine what they want to do from there. And then, no surprise, it'll be Sherman in the gun all by himself. 2 receivers to his left on the near side here. Sherman firing it over and is quickly in and out of the hands of Easley.
2nd and 10.
Just tried to zip it left as quick as he could, and Easley not ready for it. 2nd down and 10. So quick substitution now as it'll be Baker moving in. Show to look as a receiver. Now motions out to the near side. 2 receivers to the near side for Sherman. 1 out to his right. Sherman, all alone, takes the snap. This time it fires it over to Davis. Davis breaks the tackle across the 35 down to the 38-yard line. And a timeout going to be taken by Pond Creek Hunter on what will be a 3rd and 6.
That's their first of the half.
This is 8-man football, and there were 4 railroaders on him when he went down. I mean, it takes a little doing now.
If my math is correct, and I'm not good at math.
Well, I know you're mass comm, man.
But if I'm correct, that is 50% of the team, right?
That's right at half. Or, well, we can ask Mr. Nix. He's a teacher. Are we on it?
Yeah, I think you're on, and I'm not a math teacher either, but yes. Miss Bagley would agree that would be 50%.
Okay, all right. At halftime, I'll be talking with Cherie Truesdale about the events going on at the Little Sahara State Park, courtesy of America's Oasis and a sponsor of hers and ours that we'll be talking about that we like a lot. We should enter you in this stuff, Cade. They do triple backflips with motorcycle. You'd love it.
I don't know if I can do that.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll get back to you on it.
Pond Creek Hunter lined up and ready to go. I mean, they are set. Everyone knows where they want to be, and Waynoka just breaking the huddle. I think Pond Creek Hunter wants to play this a little bit aggressive. Sherman with a back behind him, 2 receivers to the far side. Receiver goes in motion. Sherman firing it down the field to an open man, and it is in and out of the hands of Davis at the 35-yard line. They'll make it 4th down, but man, was Davis open. That's a break for the Rails.
36 yards in the air and hit him in the palms of his hands.
All that just to bring up 4th down, and now Pond Creek Hunter will have to punt it away. This will be Chavez as the punter, back deep, standing at his own 26. Return man for Waynoka will be Colin Bouchard, his own 35-yard line, and taking another step back. So still 32 seconds to go in the first half. We'll see how this return goes here. Snap goes to Chavez, but we've got whistles before that, and a timeout going to be taken by Pond Creek Hunter. So 32 seconds to go in the first half. The 22-0 lead for the Panthers, and we'll get it over to Ben.
And I'll give it over to Viv. You know, Cade, you know, you date women. You know, you have problems from time to time. So listen to what I'm saying here. Well, I'm suspecting you do. I mean, the rest of us on the planet do, so why wouldn't you? Maybe you're that different. But if Vivian can take care of those problems, you mess up a little bit with the lady, flowers. I always say flowers. Coach Nick's flowers. We think flowers.
Yeah, I'm not a flower guy, but dinner for sure.
So I bring this guy into my flower commercial, and he does that. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Cade.
It's a snap back to Chavez as he's able to boot it away. The end-over-end kick, bouncing at the 35, rolling to the 30. Bouchard picks it up at the 26, immediately gets hit by Brody Brown at the 27-yard line. Bouchard had a quick step, but Brown just said, "You're not going anywhere."
Vivian's Flowers and Gifts in downtown Waynoka. No kidding, one of our great sponsors. We appreciate Viv so very much.
Yeah, they do a lot for the school, I know, as well. And so, yeah, they do an awesome job for helping us as well.
She is a peach. Vivian's Flowers and Gifts, downtown Waynoka. And down on the other corner is Rick George. When you got to have it done right, it's Rick George and Associates.
Bouchard hands it off to George, who gets about 1 or 2. With 14 seconds left in the first half, you wonder if Waynoka's just going to run it out. It looks like that's going to be the case. Clock now down to 5 seconds, and Waynoka's still in a huddle. Leads me to believe that, yes, it will. We have made it to halftime, where Pond Creek Hunter is a 22-0 lead over the Rails. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching Waynoka football here on KALV.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company, older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
We love to give back to our customers. Did you know Alva State Bank offers a great rewards checking account program? That's right. You can earn cash back or high interest with our Kasasa accounts. We will even refund you up to $25 in ATM fees.
How do I qualify?
It's simple. Just swipe your debit card 12 times, sign up for online statements, and have one ACH credit or debit post to your account.
Can I do it online?
Yes. Just visit our website at www.alvastatebank.com to see if our Kasasa Rewards program is right for you. We make banking easy. Whether you're at home, the office, or in your car, our online or mobile banking options help you juggle busy schedules and financial needs.
We plant roots where others have branches.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Back at halftime in Waynoka, Cade Kennedy and Mr. Nix on the call this evening on a beautiful, beautiful Friday evening. The score has tainted the beauty of the evening just a bit, but we're liking it. We're liking it. Give you a look at the flag in the corner. There's not a lot of times that we have a flag lying limp during football season, and we love it. Joining me is Cherie Truesdale. Step right down here, young lady. You have big events coming up at Little Sahara State Park and America's Oasis.
Yes, we have Sandfest 2.0 and Two Wheel Takeover.
Now, we have the commercials on the air about that, so I did a little bit of research. Is my research right? Do they flip bikes over?
Yes. Tomorrow evening at 5, they will have the first show, and that will be dirt bikes in the air with a freestyle motocross show. They usually have about 3 flipping at the same time. And then at 7 o'clock is the main show, and they're going to flip a UTV backwards in the air.
Who gets to do that? Do you just draw a name out of the crowd and strap that person in?
No, it's an organization called 406 FMX.
I guess they have a lot of substitutes in case and so on.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. Well, the picture is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. They were here last year, or a group like them were here last year, and it's pretty awesome to see. We want the community to come out and check it out. It's at the America's Oasis venue. You go to the north gate of the Little Sahara Sand Park, and you'll see the signs that say America's Oasis, and follow the signs and come watch the show.
You know, America's Oasis has become such a fixture as a part of Waynoka. And one of the first things that Ben Davis did after making the purchase and starting to build out there was to make sure that he was a part of the city of Waynoka, or not he, but America's Oasis.
Absolutely. He is for the town of Waynoka. He has been from the very beginning.
That's the truth. With our all-school reunion, there were clouds in the sky. I mean, you know, we've never had rain as a problem in August and September in northwest Oklahoma. And we're not going to turn down any rain now, but there were rain storms coming up and so on. And so Anna Marie and you were talking to Ben, and he said, well, use our place. And it looks like it may really rain. So for their music show, let's build a stage for them.
Yes, yeah, he has a pretty amazing patio that he's got future plans for. It's exciting, but it's a good place to stay out of the rain.
The buildings out there are beautiful, and you know the guy that built the buildings pretty well. Scott and his bunch have done a heck of a job.
Yeah, Sagebrush Construction and Design have done all the interior finishes of all the buildings out there. It's been a blessing for our family, that's for sure, to be able to work at home.
For sure, yeah. But it's an all-day, everyday deal when you get into an event, because an event doesn't have 9 to 5.
Absolutely. We try to wind down our work week early when we have event weekends, and we try to help out. Scott and I help at the drag strip. Tonight they're having Sunset Drag Racing, and tomorrow night they'll have Sunset Drag Racing as well. It's fun to watch. Cars go 3-point-something seconds in a 300 feet drag strip. It's pretty awesome to see. We have some big racers coming UTV Invasion in October as well.
And you really have to see it to believe it. And as Cherie was saying, you can see it. Just you drive out there and take a look at it. It is absolutely incredible. I need a little bit of help, Cherie, because Don, I know, Donnie, I don't know. I know who he is, and I know he's famous, and I want to have him on the radio and interview him about the stuff that he does. He goes all over the United States, so this wouldn't be the first interview, I'm thinking.
Absolutely. I can maybe talk to him tomorrow about coming and seeing you next week sometime.
Please do. And tell the people, I mean, he is nationally rated, and I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Oh, well, good. Here we are. We've got Donnie, and we don't know. So, Donnie, Cherie will get you the invite, and you can straighten me out, man. Well, Cherie, you've been with Ben Davis's company since from the very beginning, from the time that he bought the property. It's just amazing. I mean, it's kind of like the canal in Oklahoma City. When they first started telling me about it, I mean, we were mowing the river. There was no water ever and they're going, and we're going to have national regattas, and I'm going, you guys are, but that's what's happening in Oklahoma City. So I'm listening to people like you go, okay, and what we're going to do here, and then we're building this drag strip. I'm going, that's what happened.
Yes, he has a lot of dreams, and he's put his pocketbook at play to make it happen, and we're very thankful for Ben and the opportunity that he's given Northwest Oklahoma to bring more tourism to Northwest Oklahoma. The Dunes is a magnificent place to go ride your ATVs, and he is just trying to add to that fun and a safe environment to race.
That's a beautiful thing. And there are camping facilities that are at different levels, and great places.
Yes, there's camping facilities. There's a whole lot of Airbnbs coming in play. A lot of people are building out there. There's still lots for sale to build your own Airbnb or a personal vacation place. And there's commercial lots for sale as well. So we're hopeful that maybe we could get some commercial companies out there one day soon.
It'll happen. I bet it will happen. Well, you are tremendous. You've done a great job, Cade. Cherie was you before you were you. Cherie worked on the broadcasts long ago. What, 3 years?
3 or 4 years ago, yeah.
Long ago. And are you okay watching your son here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking, but I think he's pretty tough.
Yeah. He comes from a pretty good family, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Cherie, thank you for dropping by. Tell Ben thank you.
I will, and make sure to say hi to Anna when you see her. She runs the whole place out there, and she always has an enthusiastic way to say hello, so go see her.
She does, and when you are ready to be hugged, be real ready, because she is a militant hugger.
Yes, she is.
Cherie Truesdale joining us. Kate, let's pause and pay a couple of bills here. It's halftime. Thank you, Cherie. Rails are down, only 22-0. We'll be back at halftime in Waynoka.
It's that time. It's that sound. It's those people. It's the biggest thing to hit Northwest Oklahoma every year, and it's coming quickly to Alva, Oklahoma. Jeff Bryan Chevrolet presents The Big Cruise and Car Show. 3 big days. Friday, September 19th kicks off with a free cookout in downtown Alva. Then cruise the boulevard with live music. Saturday the 20th, the car show begins, and a full day of activities and fun for everyone follows, including a stunt show and burnout competition, and of course, the Saturday night cruise with live music along the boulevard. Sunday tops it off with trophies and street races. It's the 24th anniversary of the Big Cruise and Car Show. Alva, Oklahoma, September 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Come for the day, or we can stay. You'll have a great time in Waynoka.
Get your kids ready. Spooktacular 2025 is coming to downtown Waynoka Saturday, October 25th. 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Things start off with breakfast at 8 a.m. and then includes a lot of events throughout the day, including but not limited to the Fry and Trio feed, the Candy Ride, Scavenger Hunt, Haunted Hay Rack Trail Ride, and the Barrel Train. Check it out. It's Spooktacular 2025, Saturday, October 25th, 2 to 10 p.m., downtown Waynoka.
Visit Waynoka, the little city by the sand.
Little Sahara Sand Sports, the original sand superstore, and America's Oasis at Little Sahara State Park, just south of Waynoka, Oklahoma, present Sandfest 2.0 and the Two-Wheel Takeover, September 12th and 13th. A full weekend of off-road mayhem, including short course, drag racing, TWT rideout, and a freestyle show with a UTV backflip. Sandfest 2.0 and the Two-Wheel Takeover, September 12th and 13th at Little Sahara State Park. For reservations and info, call 580-737-0310.
And welcome back here to Waynoka. Cade Kennedy with you alongside really a whole crew here tonight. Ben Buckland's here. Ronnie Nix is here. Ben was just here a moment ago. I don't know where he went.
What do you think there, Cade?
There we go. I was trying to figure out where you went off to.
Well, I was trying to hide around the corner here, but you've caught me.
I found you.
This portion of our broadcast is brought to you by the city of Waynoka, inviting you, the Main Street Waynoka, inviting you to the Renaissance Festival. You've been hearing about it on our radio station in downtown Waynoka coming up next weekend. Cade, you might not be a jouster, but you'd be a pretty good sword fighter.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So we may put you in the junior class, the sword fighting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much experience you've got, but
I have exactly 0.
Okay, I think the other guys just really going to love that.
Yeah, I think they will.
You'll be a hit, no pun intended.
No, I won't be a hit. I'll be getting.
There you go. So halftime, Cade, 22-0 Rails down. I'm reminded that last year we had a good team, a way above average team. And at the end of the first 3 games, we were 0-3. Because of the lack of Class C schools in our area, we, for our non-district play, have invited the schools that will come here. And they are, as a rule, Class B schools. And what happens is you look down at the sidelines for the Railroaders and you see 6 to 10 kids. You look at the sidelines for the other team and you see 30. And last week it was 31, as a matter of fact. And that really plays out in the second half because these Waynoka kids are not going to quit. They will not quit, but there's not anybody waiting to give them a breather. When we drop down one level, it's usually from a junior or senior to a freshman. Now, fortunately, we've got quite a few freshmen, quite a few sophomores, but we start district play not next week. We had a bye next week. The week after that will be a non-district game because Beaver was going to we were scheduled to play Beaver. They are in our district, but they didn't have enough kids out, and they folded their program. I think just their football program. I think their other sports will still remain good. But a team from Kansas is coming down to play, so we'll have 5 weeks into the season and not seen the district yet. So going to be interesting, Cade, the second half of the year. I see some maturity in I started saying this team, but they haven't gelled as a team at all. Just because of the jumbling around and, getting 45 before halftime, not a lot of kids get to play other than the ones. So the second half of this year is going to be interesting.
It is. And that's a good point you mentioned on that this team really has not had a whole lot of time to gel yet. You add injuries on top of that. That really just makes things a little bit worse. I mean, when you have the opportunity to get out there and compete, and you're already facing that uphill battle of having to play classes bigger than you, you add the injuries, you add that lack of depth, which is not a problem you can really go out and fix. We can't make Waynoka have 3,000 more people in the town overnight, unless y'all want to do that alumni reunion every single weekend. That seemed to be a pretty good job of it, but I don't know how much that would improve the school currently. I don't think we could count every single person for the last 20 years as, yeah, they're eligible. We'll give them another year.
I see Landon Seeger standing on the sidelines. I think that's our first edition right there, Coach.
Yeah, we would take him, and if he'd bring his buddy Dason and the claw back, I think it might be a little bit of difference. But you got to understand with this group, you're starting several sophomores. And then your juniors and seniors, all but a couple haven't played just a terrible bunch. They've got into some games, but it's a bunch that just needs to grow and experience and just play a lot.
That's a huge factor in high school ball, as you know. I mean, once you get to the college level, you'll occasionally have a small athlete that is good enough to not get rolled up in a ball and does well. But generally, you look across the line, one player to another, and they're pretty decently stacked. Not so in high school. I mean, when you're a freshman and you're 5'4", 128 pounds, and trying to get it done out there, it's a little tough.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it makes it challenging. And, a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old is a big difference. You don't think, but it's a couple of years. But that couple of years is just maturity and mass and being able to get in the weight room longer. And that's what these guys are growing to. And, we played, this is our third Class B school, and not weak Class B schools by no means. I'm going to say O'Keene will be there for a while. Cove Doug look like they could go, and they're inexperienced, but they'll get better. And now you got Pond Creek, so it's a tough way to start.
It is, in fact. Now, in the locker room show, Coach Slater was telling me he watched the team close after the O'Keene game. I mean, they were 45. Actually, they were 46th. And that's kind of when you either fold it up or you don't. And they didn't fold it up. There was no quit in these boys, but they have not gelled as a team yet, haven't had a chance.
Yeah, and that's the point of that deal is that it's going to take them a few games. And, and that's the best part about high school football, in Oklahoma right now. These games don't mean nothing, honestly. I mean, they're non-district games, and they're games that we can just go out and fix things. And then hopefully when we get into district play, it changes.
We sure do appreciate our sponsors carrying us, pushing us, encouraging us, letting us go around the country and bring you these events and the other events, the 4-H, the FFAs. Last week was the County Fair and the Woodward Fair, and our people looked awfully good. Speaking of awfully good, here's Cade Kennedy. He's awfully good and has the kickoff for the second half.
As Weston Longoria fires away on the onside kick that is recovered by Blaine Taft as he's able to fall on it, rumble for a few yards, get to the 45-yard line as Pond Creek Hunter will have the ball to start the second half, moving from right to left across your radio dials as we get underway in quarter number 3. And, we talked about Landon Seeger a little bit, and Northwestern yesterday against Arkansas Tech, I was there in Russellville able to cover that game. Almost identical what happened to Northwestern as what happened here today for Waynoka. Giving up a touchdown on the first play of the game, having to deal with consistent short fields, and still, if you say all of that, it sounds like this should be a lot worse than a 22-0 game.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of those turnovers and turnover downs sure helped us, and we'll see if we can start how we start here.
As Sherman on the quarterback keeper cuts back to his left across the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, and runs out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Just able to run and run and run around wave after wave of Waynoka defenders before finally realizing he had nowhere else left to go and just gets out of bounds. A big gain to start the second half for Sherman.
Yeah, one of the things that Coach Klein will preach is the outside containment can't cut in, and I think that's what happened that time.
Sherman gets the snap, fires over to his right, caught by Teft. Teft around the 30 to 25, tries to break around a tackle, still rolling to the 10, down to the 5, gets all the way to the 1 yard line, almost to the goal line. He was just dragging a defender all the way, and another big gain for Pond Creek Hunter. Now they're knocking on the door of the end zone. 20 seconds into the second half, 11:41 to go. In quarter number 3, Pond Creek Hunter up 22-0 already on Waynoka, trying to make it 28. Sherman all by himself in a tight formation. Sherman powers ahead inside. Did he get in? He is in. Touchdown, Pond Creek Hunter. So that'll make it 28-0. Panthers on top of the rails. And I mean, that was a 32-second drive to go 55 yards. Did not take much time at all. The Panthers look to see what play they want to run, what two-point try, or maybe. It looks like that will be the two-point tries. It's going to be number 11 in Tegan Coward taking the direct snap. He takes it the 5, rolls left, tries to dive inside, does dive for the two-point try. Got it to go, and it's a 30-0 lead for Pond Creek Hunter over Waynoka. 11:28 to go in quarter number 3. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching and listening to Waynoka Football here on KALV.
Warm up with a class at Northwest Technology Center this month. Choose one of our evening classes, including computer fundamentals, cooking, health-related courses, business development, and much more. Northwest Technology Center also offers training for your business at your convenience. Contact us today for more information at 580-327-0344 in Alva or 580-227-3708 in Fairview. Northwest Technology Center is preparing students for success in education, careers, and life. Joe Parsons has worked hard and has succeeded in becoming the go-to realtor for this part of the country. So if you want to sell your part of this country or you want to buy part of this country, Joe wants to hear from you. Call Joe Parsons at 580-748-2640.
Welcome back to Waynoka, where the Panthers of Pond Creek Hunter have a 30-0 lead over the rails. And I mean, a drive that took no time at all, just marching down the field were the Panthers, and now an opportunity to try to pour it on if they can keep stacking those stops on top of each other like they were able to do in the entire first half, as it'll be Cole Chavez able to kick it away from the 40 as he puts toe to leather. That one will roll all the way back and be handled by Dakota Davidson at the 25-yard line, rolls out to the 30, and before he can get to the 30, he stops short at the 28-yard line. So Waynoka now with the first opportunity of the second half for the Rails. We'll see what Waynoka can try to put together. I mean, it has been said multiple times throughout the game, Waynoka needs to have an answer. At first, it was just to try to tie the game or keep it a one-possession game, but now you're down 30. You don't want to start thinking about the run rule situation, but it happened last week. You know it's got to be starting to creep in the back of the minds of some of those kids. Shard, of course, still is the quarterback, with George as the running back to his left. Davidson moves in motion right to left. Shard hands it off to Davidson, stumbles across the 31-yard line, and he will be brought down for only a gain of 3. Or actually, check that gain of 2 at the 30. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it was there. He tried to bump it outside just a little too far. If he puts his foot in the ground, I think he can get north and south a little quicker, and I think that play opens up for us.
10:55 to go in quarter number 3. 2nd and 8 for the Rails at its own 30, moving from left to right across your radio dial. Bouchard with a receiver to his left, back to his right. Bouchard hands it off to George. George gets about a yard, and that's it, just running into a wall of Panthers.
George with a short gain on the play.
It'll make it 3rd and 7.
Third down and 7.
The ball's sitting at about just a little bit shy of the 32, so 3rd and a longer 7. 10:15 to go in quarter number 3. Bouchard checks around, now gets in a tighter formation, steps under center with a back behind him and a receiver on the far side to his left. Now rolls back. Bouchard steps out of it, facing pressure, trying to dump it off to somebody, and eventually just lob it out of bounds as he was being hounded and harassed by number 7. That's Noah Crouch, one of the junior defensive tackles for Pond Creek Hunter, able to just slip through the offensive line and provide a lot of pressure, make Bouchard have to go somewhere. The officials having a meeting. It looks like we may or may not have a penalty here. This might be an intentional grounding conversation, and out comes the flag. 9:57 to go in quarter number 3. It'll be 4th down either way for Waynoka. Penalty is intentional grounding against Bouchard. So it's going to be 4th down either way, but now you back up a bit more. Instead of just being an incompletion in 4th and 6, you're going to go back a bit.
Yeah, and I think Coach Slater's arguing that he was out of the pocket and Davidson was out there. And so I think that's what he's wanting to know, but I don't think that he's going to get him talked into it.
I would say either way, it's still going to be a 4th down for the Rails, and it looks like it'll be a punting situation, I would think, as it'll be Wyatt Millage back to boot this one away. It's a return man for Pond Creek Hunter, McQuinn Baker, standing right at midfield at the 50, and we've got whistles and a timeout. We're going to be taken by Waynoka. First timeout of the second half. 9:57 to go in quarter number 3. Pond Creek Hunter with a 30-0 lead over the Rails. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching Waynoka football here on KALV.
Core Bank in Waynoka was so named because of their customers. The name speaks to strength, substance, strong character, plus sound banking principles, heart, and soul. Offering strong, convenient banking in their community has been the aim, the goal of Core Bank of Waynoka, with a foundation dating to the early 1900s and shepherded for the last 50 years. Headed by President Mick George and now Weston Hill, Vice President and Loan Officer. Core Bank, member FDIC, serving the community from downtown Waynoka. Call or come by. Proudly supporting all things Northwest Oklahoma. Go Rails!
Welcome back to Waynoka. As Millage still set to punt it away after the timeout. A 4th and 14 from Waynoka's own 23-yard line, as Millage able to kick it away on a side spinning kick that bounces at the 45, going to be hobbled on and eventually picked up by Baker. I mean, that thing nearly squeezed between his legs at the 43-yard line, but Baker able to save it nonetheless. So set up 1st and 10 for Pond Creek Hunter once again. A great field position again for the Panthers. That's been one of the other stories for the day. A 30-0 lead for Pond Creek Hunter over Waynoka, as the Panthers already scored in a quick 3-play, 32-second drive to start the second half. Panthers make their way back out onto the field. Sherman still as the quarterback with a back to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Sherman, quick pass out over to Baker. Baker rumbling across the 45-50, nearing the 1st down line at the 47-yard line. They'll make it a 2nd and 1, or are they going to spot it? Where are they going to spot it? At the 47, so it'll be a 2nd and really short. Looks like it will technically be 2nd and 1, but it looks a little bit closer than that. 9:22 to go in quarter number 3. And Sherman hands it up the middle to Eastley, who gets hammered right at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Titan Smith Dunn sneaking in there and making a really good play to keep them from the 1st down.
So it'll be a 3rd and 1 for the Panthers. And the officials are going to have a quick conversation, figure out where this ball needs to be spotted, and they move it back to the 47. It was at the 46, and now they move it back up. So it goes from a loss to really no positive or negative. I mean, it almost looks like they gave him a gain despite it being for a loss. A bit interesting there, but 8:38 to go in quarter number 3. Pond Creek Hunter with a 30-0 lead over Waynoka. As Sherman with 2 receivers to his right. Sherman on the keeper, rolls left, breaks a tackle at the 47, off to the 40, 35-30. One more guy to beat, and he runs out of bounds at the 20-yard line, does Sherman.
On the play. That'll be good for a first down.
It looks like we have a little bit of referees having to hold people back or just separate a little bit, it looks like, near the middle of the field. But either way, another big run for Sherman. I mean, just starting to lean on that quarterback run game. It's something that Ben talked about. Just you start to get the second half of these games, that depth, those numbers start to really weigh on you. Waynoka getting a little bit tired more easily because they don't have as many kids to sub in.
Yeah, that's hurting us, and a couple of them that have been hurt throughout the week, and just need to get them healthy.
Cooper Kelso checks in as the power back behind Sherman. Still 2 receivers on the far side to the right of Sherman. Taking the snap on 1st and 10, firing across the middle for a diving catch that goes in and out of the hands of Crouch. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the Waynoka 20-yard line. Pond Creek Hunter just on the edge of the red zone. 7:54 to go in quarter number 3. Pond Creek Hunter already on top 30-0, trying to expand that lead a little bit more. Sherman with Kelso still directly behind him. 2 receivers on that far side. Now calls for a man to come over in motion. As Sherman pitches it back to Kelso, nowhere to go. Kelso has to run back to pick it up on the loose ball and is eventually wrestled down back at the 22 for a loss. 2 different railroaders able to make the stop on the far side.
Yeah, it looked like Corbin Ferguson got in there, and was hoping maybe we could come up with that and switch a little momentum right here.
Now, so still a good play to move him back a little bit, make it 3rd and a little longer. 7:25 to go in quarter number 3.
Side markers got 4th down.
Side markers saying it's 4th down. I mean, well, we'll take 4th down. Some of the Panthers players check out to see if that's correct or not. Either way, we're going to roll with it. Sherman takes the snap, fires it over to Baker. Baker spinning around down towards the 10-yard line. Did he get the line of gain? It looks like he's short. And if it is 4th down, it's a turnover on downs. And now we've got a player hurt, or at least down. Right there by that 1st down marker, looks like another railroader down. .701 to go here in the 3rd quarter. With the injury, we'll take a quick timeout and be back. We're listening to Railroader Football here on KALV.
Holder Drug, your local pharmacy. Stop in and check out some of the new available items at Holder's, starting with our hanging scrolls and banners. Expecting a child soon? Holder Drug is the perfect place for your baby registry. Find more information by stopping by the store or visit us online at holderdrug.com. As always, free delivery with your medications and prescriptions, along with specials at the fountain. That's Holder Drug, located on the downtown square, right here in Alva.
Rachel's Cafe in downtown Waynoka is like its owner. Beautiful. From the front door, clear through. You'll love the look, the feel, and you'll love the taste at Rachel's Cafe. With a full menu and a daily special, Rachel's is burgers, calf fries, and much, much more. Open Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 4 and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 7 p.m. Say hi to Rachel and her great staff in downtown Waynoka.
Back in Waynoka, as the officials are still discussing whether it's 1st down, whether it's 4th down. No one knows what down it is.
That could be problematic.
With 7:01 to go here in the 3rd quarter, we're trying to figure out what down is which. The 1st down lined up, and we'll see. It looks, I mean, the officials gave the ball to Waynoka and said that it was 4th down. Then they had a conversation about it. And now Waynoka comes out on the field on offense. So it is going to be officially a turnover on downs, as Bouchard able to hand it up to George, who is able to truck his way for a few yards.
George on the run, gain of several.
He'll work his way from the 10 to about the 13-yard line. So the 2nd and 7, 6:40 to go here in quarter number 3. Pawn Creek Hunters still with a 30-0 lead, but Waynoka trying to cut into it. Shard, 2 receivers to his left on the far side and a back to his side on the right. Shard takes the snap, rolls right, tries to cut through defenders, able to weave across the 20. Brought down right at the 20. Be a 3rd and extremely short, right at the 20-yard line.
That'll bring up 3rd down and inches.
It looks like Bouchard got a little dinged up there. I don't know if it's his ankle or knee when he tried to make the cut. That's going to bring Weston Longoria in for quarterback.
So now Longoria will be your QB. 3rd and 1 for the Rails. 5:49 to go in quarter number 3. A 30-0 lead for Pawn Creek Hunter. As Longoria with George as the back to his left, receiver out to the right, and Davidson. As Longoria hands it up to George, who gets just swallowed up at the 20-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down. Just trying to run straight into that defensive front of Pawn Creek that has been so strong tonight.
No gain on the run. They'll bring up 4th down.
It'll be a pivotal 4th and 1. I mean, Waynoka, you're down 30-0. There's 5:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's only a couple of inches. I would think you go for it at this point in the game,
Yeah,
right?
I think you got to go for it, and that looks like what the call Coach Slater is going to have for us.
Longoria still the quarterback. The receiver out to the left and a back behind him. Longoria tries to shove his way ahead. Did he get there? It looks like he did on the positive side of the 20, maybe closer to the 21. It should be a 1st down for Waynoka.
Kind of the tush push, I guess you would call it, the Eagles run.
Yeah, 8-man equivalent of that. Just line up, get your quarterback, do everything you can but throw him over the line. 4:36 to play now in quarter number 3. Waynoka now having to work a bit with Longoria taking over as the quarterback, as Bouchard, who, if you remember, got injured on the first play of the game, was dinged up a bit, had been battling that throughout the game. And I don't know if that was what he re-aggravated or not. But either way, Bouchard not in right now. Longoria handing it off to George. George tries to cut up field, instead hit for a gain of 1 at the 22-yard line.
You're going to carry.
Bring it up 2nd and 9 at the Railroader 22.
Well, I see him up, and he's kind of trying to test it out. It looked like he just tweaked his knee or an ankle or something, but he's up running around on the sideline now, so hopefully he'll be okay.
Hopefully, as Longoria stays as the quarterback. With a back to his left, Longoria takes the snap, rolls left, gets across the 25, flag down over to the 30 before finally getting out of bounds. We'll see what the flag is. I believe that would be in the area usually of holding is what I would think. It is what it's going to be, a hold against the rails. That's been one of the killers today as well. Anytime one of those big plays on the outside tries to develop, flag comes in and brings it back.
Yeah, it's kind of hurt us 2 or 3 times, especially when we kind of got the momentum and a little bit of a drive going. Then we're negative yardage, and it's really hurt us.
So 3:35 to go in quarter number 3. Pawn Creek Hunter with the 30-0 lead over Waynoka.
Yeah.
It's now a 2nd and 16 back at the Railroader 15-yard line, and a long ways to go to get to that 31. Longoria with 2 receivers to his left and a back to his right. Longoria takes the snap, rolls right, scanning, lobbing it down the field where it is going to be caught, racing down the field is Millage for the 50 to the 40, 35, 30, fumbles the ball at the 20-yard line, but goes out of bounds with it. And Millage able to come up with a big reception and run to the field. And Waynoka with the biggest play of the night so far for the Railroaders.
Sorry about that. I got to ball watching it. I didn't get the camera on it, but what a catch by Wyatt Millage and a great throw there by Longoria.
And I mean, that is what Waynoka's been looking for. That big play, just trying to air it out, go over the top of the defense, and it gets you the ball in the red zone at the Pawn Creek Hunter 18-yard line. We're about halfway in between the 18 and the 17. Longoria. With George as the back to his left, Davidson outside, and then before the play could start, we've got flags and a timeout going to be taken by the Rails. So with 3:20 to go in quarter number 3, Pawn Creek Hunter with a 30-0 lead over Waynoka, with the Rails in the red zone. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're listening to Waynoka Football here on KALV.
It's that time. It's that sound. It's those people. It's the biggest thing to hit Northwest Oklahoma every year, and it's coming quickly to Alva, Oklahoma. Jeff Bryan Chevrolet presents the Big Cruise and Car Show. 3 big days. Friday, September 19th kicks off with a free cookout in downtown Alva. Then cruise the boulevard with live music. Saturday, the 20th, the car show begins, and a full day of activities and fun for everyone follows, including a stunt show and burnout competition, and of course, the Saturday night cruise with live music along the boulevard. Sunday tops it off with trophies and street races. It's the 24th anniversary of the Big Cruise and Car Show. Alva, Oklahoma, September 19th, 20th, and 21st.
We didn't miss much. This ad's still wanting to run. Oh, never mind, we're back. I didn't even know you turned the audio back on.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I thought we still had the audio ad running for a moment. I see the mic level good over here, but I forgot about the one over there. But either way, a false start on the Rails. They'll move it back 5 more yards. The 22-yard line will now be 1st and 15 with 3:18 to go in quarter number 3. Waynoka down 30-0. But after a pretty ball from Weston Longoria connecting with Wyatt Millage, Waynoka in business really for the first time tonight. As Longoria takes the snap, runs for his life and gets whacked at the 30-yard line, brought down by Brown. And as you mentioned, Coach, I'm surprised not a horse collar tackle.
Yeah, it looked like he jumped on his back and kind of had him by the shoulder pads, I thought.
So all the way back now at the 30-yard line is where Waynoka will have to set up. And I mean, that's another story of the night. We talked about it with penalties, but now you have the sack on top of that false start as well. Makes it 2nd and 23 for the Rails. Longoria with George the back to his left, 2 receivers as well. Hands it off to George. It gets up to the 30, spins the 25-yard line before finally being wrestled down by Trent Dillon. So to bring up 3rd and forever for Waynoka. 3rd and 18 to be exact, with 2:14 to go in quarter number 3.
Really, just right now, hope to get about half of that back, and then 4th down's a little more
I'll say
manageable.
this is 4th down territory no matter what, with 2 minutes to go in quarter number 3, down 30-0. Longoria with George as the back to his right, 2 receivers to his right as well. Longoria takes the snap, rolls right, fires towards the back of the end zone, and it is bobbled incomplete, but a flag comes in. I mean, it was into double coverage, but also pushing around down there in the corner. I had to see who the intended receiver was on that play.
Looked like Dakota Davidson
It
kind
did.
of on the post out of the slot there.
It did. I would think this would be going to be pass interference, I would think, against Pawn Creek Hunter. And that's exactly what it is. Pass interference on the Panthers. So a big play there. One of the few times it's gone in Waynoka's favor today, one of those penalties.
Yeah.
So now the refs able to mark the ball up as they walk with it, and the crowd approves. Walking it all the way now, trying to find where exactly they want to spot it. Looks like they'll spot it at about the 13-yard line.
It looks like it's going to be, 3rd down and about 7, 6?
Yeah, 3rd down and about 6, I would say, 6 or 7. As Longoria takes a snap, bobbles, and has to run for his life to the left, and he's swallowed up again by Brown all the way back at the 19-yard line. And it'll bring up 4th and 10. As Longoria just trying to make something out of nothing, but once again, Brody Brown just in his face immediately by the time he rolls to the left.
Yeah, it looked like Corbin missed the block there, and he was kind of patting himself on the head, mad at himself for doing it.
1:12 to go in quarter number 3. Waynoka down 30-0. This is, you got to go for it territory no matter what. You're just trying to get points on the board before the third quarter ends. Longoria with running back George to his right, 2 receivers on each side. Longoria takes a snap, scrambling around, rolling to his right, trying to lob it, and it sails out of bounds, incomplete, and it'll be another turnover on downs for the Rails tonight. That one played well once again by the Pond Creek Hunter defense, just trying to snuff out the receivers where you can, force Longoria to scramble as long as he can, and make him throw it where he doesn't want to. 51 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Pond Creek Hunter going to get the ball back at its own 18-yard line.
Looks like Corbin Ferguson, who was dinged up earlier, he's back out there.
It's good news to see. High snap goes to Sherman, and the ball goes on the ground. Fight for it. Who's going to have it? It looks like it'll stay with Pond Creek Hunter. They have it. Looks like the quarterback change is on, as that's going to be Tegan Cowherd, it looks like. Cowherd in.
Second down and 15.
At quarterback now. So Pond Creek starting to get some of those twos in with 20 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Easily stills the back behind him. And a receiver to his left. Another high snap goes to Cowherd, who just has to try to keep it himself. Rumbles across the 15-yard line. Not going to get much more than that. And it'll set up still a 3rd and long.
Gain of a few on the run.
Yeah, that was
about 3rd and 13, I would think. But
big gang tackle right there by a host of Rails.
Yeah, just about, like we talked about earlier, about half the team in on that one. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter, where Pond Creek Hunter has a 30-0 lead over Waynoka. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're listening to Rails Football here on KALV.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Clean Harbors, hazardous waste disposal and recycling services provide the widest range of recycling, treatment, and disposal options for all your hazardous waste streams. Unmatched in North America, our infrastructure of hazardous waste management facilities services all of the U.S. and Canada, northern Mexico, and Puerto Rico. We handle both drum and bulk hazardous waste in liquid, solid, semi-solid, sludge, and gas forms. One call handles all your hazardous waste disposal needs. Located in Waynoka, where we proudly support our railroaders.
Back in Waynoka, where the Panthers of Pond Creek Hunter have the ball to start quarter number 4. As it's a quick run by Cowherd, trying to roll out towards the right, and is eventually wrestled down at the 13-yard line. No gain on the play. Actually going to call it maybe a loss of 1 back towards the 12. And so it'll be 4th down for Pond Creek Hunter.
Yeah, I know that kid. 14.
14.
Yeah, that's my boy Stetson.
There you go. It's 11:30 to go in the ball game as Pond Creek Hunter set to punt it away, not without burning the final 10 seconds of the play clock, I would think. Chavez set to boot it away, picks it up from his own end zone, kicks it all the way to the 45, where Davidson picks it up. Davidson racing across the 40, 35, 30. Flag comes in, 25, spins across the 20 before finally being brought down at the 19-yard line. But a piece of laundry at the 34. I would imagine this is going to be a hold or a block of the back or something along those lines. As the officials now convene. See what the penalty is. Ball still spotted at the 19 right now, which would be obviously the best field position Waynoka has had all day. The officials looking to set it up. It's going to be a blindside block, it looks like, against Waynoka on the return.
Blindside block on the return team.
I guess I missed that one.
Yeah, I guess I did too. Guess we're focusing on the big return instead.
Yeah. It's a great return there by Davidson. They had it set up perfect.
They did. I mean, everything was set out where you wanted to. You had all the running room you could have asked for, but the blindside block, and it's from the spot of the block too, it looks like. So it'll move it back to the 49-yard line, right just at about midfield. Waynoka does get to start in Pond Creek territory, moving from right to left across your radio dial. But it will be a first and 10 for Waynoka with 49 yards to go, 11:05 to go in this ball game. As Longoria hands it off up the middle for a quick run out to Davidson to the 41-yard line before being chopped down.
That's what I was talking about earlier. He's been trying to spring that a little wide, and he finally put his foot in the ground because that's where that guard's coming right there.
The officials actually going to mark this one at the 42, make it a 2nd and 3. 10:38 to go in the ball game. Waynoka down 30-0 against Pond Creek Hunter. As Longoria hands it off the middle to the 30-yard line before getting 40-yard line before getting sandwiched was George.
Short gain on the play.
They'll make it 3rd and about 1.5 yards based on where they're going to spot this. Maybe move it back to 3rd and 2. Longoria will once again be under center with a back behind him, and Davidson out as the receiver, or check that. No, correct the first time. Davidson out as the receiver. Longoria takes the snap, just tries to go somewhere up the middle and has nowhere to go, hit back at the line of scrimmage.
Longoria on the run.
Longoria having to wait to get up, and now it's 4th and 2.
4th down and 2.
9:38 to go in the ball game. 4th and 2 at the Pond Creek Hunter 41-yard line. Waynoka still just trying to get points on the board and just keep trying to improve moment by moment here before district play. Of course, Waynoka will have the bye week next week before taking on the Kansas team that we've been told about a little bit. It's going to be a timeout taken by Waynoka.
That is their final timeout of the half.
Yeah, they're coming from somewhere out southwest Kansas. I think it's a couple, 2-3 hours from here, but I don't know a whole lot about them. Coach Slater found them, and then we finally found officials to be able to do it. And so that way we didn't have those 2 weeks off, and hopefully can kind of get things rolling there right before we play Sharon Mutual. I do believe that'll be homecoming as well. Sharon Mutual here. October 3rd, I do believe.
Yes, October 3rd.
Yep.
So it'll be nice. You get your home game back. You have the bye week to rest, to recover, all of that. Then you get back in action. And I think that's a good thing. You know, you could have the 2 weeks off, but then that becomes that rest versus rust debate that you can get into about how much time off is too much time off. And thankfully, that conversation gets avoided entirely.
Right. And it gets us another home game. I think we were supposed to go to Beaver. That's a little bit of a drive.
True. Yeah, a little bit of a ways.
We'll take the home game, I promise.
I think just about anywhere is a little bit of a ways in C1, though.
Yeah. You live in Waynoka. Yeah, it's a drive.
Yeah.
Got a text earlier from Missouri. My brother and sister-in-law and my nephew are watching. Give a little shout out to them all the way up there watching the Railroaders play.
4th and 2 for the Rails. 9:17 to go in the ball game as Longoria in the gun, a receiver to each side. Gorick takes the snap, fires it over to Davidson on the right side. Davidson gets clobbered at the 41-yard line, brought down by Teft, and nowhere to go on that one. It's another turnover on downs. And we're just trying to go outside with that quick hit, and Teft gets in a one-on-one battle and makes a wonderful open field tackle. Pond Creek Hunter will take over again on the offense, already with the backup quarterback in. That is Tegan Cowherd. Easily still is the back behind him. Receiver to his left and a back to his left as well. Cowherd hands it off to Easley, who trudges ahead for a yard at the 42-yard line. It'll set up 2nd and 9, 9 minutes to go in the ballgame. Pond Creek Hunter now with the ball and the 30-0 lead. Just trying to get some experience for some of the younger guys out there. Chavez will line up as the receiver to the right. Easley still the back behind Cowherd. Cowherd letting some of that clock run down. Play clock at 17, game clock at 8:39 to go in this one. 2nd and 9 from their own 42. Cowherd checking again. Play clock down to 6. Cowherd still trying to jump him off. Fakes a handoff, keeps it to himself across the 40 to the 45, spins to the 50, stays on his feet, picks up the first down to the 49-yard line of Waynoka. Actually, check that to 48. And a nice play there by Cowherd, just able to spin around defenders and find the open lane. As that clock really continues to churn now. Time still running down to 8 minutes in the ball game. Pond Creek Hunter with a 30-0 lead, just trying to run the timeout on this one as Cowherd hands the ball off to Dillon. Dillon rolls left, gets hit for no gain.
Short gain on the run.
Titan Dunn Smith, and it looked like Stetson Nix there on the tackle. Got up there and no gain, maybe what, half a yard?
Maybe half a yard if we're being generous. 7:34 to go in the ball game now. Clock really continuing to drain at this point. Exactly where Pond Creek Hunter wants it with a 30-0 lead. Cowherd with a receiver to each side, back behind him. Cowherd takes a snap, rolls right, fires it over. Caught by Chavez, the 42-yard line, before being planted down by Ferguson.
Yeah, that's a good open field tackle there by Corbin.
So to bring up 3rd and about 4, it looks like. The Waynoka 42-yard line. 7 minutes even to go in this one. Cowherd with a backer behind him. Receivers to each side. Cowherd rolls left, pitching it over to Dillon. Dillon rolling to the 40 where he's hit. And that is about all he'll get. We'll bring up 4th and short. 4th and about 1. Cowherd with a back still behind him and Dillon. And a receiver to each side. It's McQuinn Baker over to his left on the far side, and on the near side on the right, Chavez. 6:20 to go in the ball game. Cowherd letting some more clock run down. 10 seconds on the play clock. A 30-0 lead for Pond Creek Hunter as Cowherd has nowhere to go, rumbles around, finds open room across the 35 before being dragged out of bounds at about the 33-yard line, and another first down for Pond Creek Hunter. The Panthers just continuing to move the sticks here.
Yeah, I thought Cooper had him there for a second, Truesdale, for maybe to stop that and get this ball back, but just slipped through his hands.
It's Cowherd once again. I mean, it's the same formation, receiver to each side and a back behind him. Cowherd, option pitch out to Dillon across the 30, lowers the shoulder across the 25 down to the 23-yard line, it looks like. It'll be another first down for Pond, or are they going to call this 2nd and short? We'll see. This is going to be 2nd and a couple of inches at the 24-yard line.
2nd down and very short.
5:45 to go in regulation. Pawn Creek Hunter with the ball driving down the field and a 30-0 lead. Panthers opted to take a little bit more time off the clock before Coward rifles it over to Chavez for a first down at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's Roland George with a good open field tackle there. If he slips that, they score again.
Clock continues to wind here. About 5:10 to go in the ball game. Panthers 19 yards away from the end zone. Coward takes the snap, drops back, fires it into the end zone. Wide open, man. It's Chavez who catches it. Touchdown, Pawn Creek Hunter. Pitch and catch. Nobody to guard Chavez. That'll make it 36-0 as the Panthers able to tack on another TD, getting the backup some experience as well. Just tried to run some clock a bit, but then decided to air it out a bit at the end. Going to give Coward a few attempts there. Panthers will go for two. 4:58 to go in the ball game. 36-0 lead, trying to tack on two more. Coward will still have Dillon as the back behind him. Coward fakes the handoff to Dillon, plunges ahead to the one. Is he in? He is in, and that'll make it 38-0. Pawn Creek Hunter on top of Waynoka. So 4:58 to go in the ball game, a 38-zip lead for the Panthers. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're listening to Waynoka Football here on KALV.
Little Sahara Sand Sports, the original sand superstore, and America's Oasis at Little Sahara State Park, just south of Waynoka, Oklahoma, present Sandfest 2.0 and the Two-Wheel Takeover, September 12th and 13th. A full weekend of off-road mayhem, including short course, drag racing, TWT rideout, and a freestyle show with a UTV backflip. Sandfest 2.0 and the Two-Wheel Takeover, September 12th and 13th at Little Sahara State Park. For reservations and info, call 580-737-0310. Joe Parsons has worked hard and has succeeded in becoming the go-to realtor for this part of the country. So if you want to sell your part of this country or you want to buy part of this country, Joe wants to hear from you. Call Joe Parsons at 580-748-2640.
Chavez boots it away. It'll roll out of bounds to the 20-yard line. And this time, we do get the flag from the official.
Yeah, we got the flag that time.
Yeah.
Not just assuming.
Yeah, he remembered that maybe some people in the crowd don't know every single rule in the rule book. Yeah. They don't have to take a test on it like he does. So we do have the free kick out of bounds that'll put the ball at the 35-yard line for the Rails.
35, first and 10.
Looks like it is. Be a look and see here. Longoria still out there with the offense as expected. Longoria under center with George as the back behind him. He hands it off to Davidson, who comes in motion. Davidson cuts upfield, gets wide open space to the 50, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Waynoka! Dakota Davidson finally hits it on a 65-yard touchdown run. It's that run we've talked about all night, Coach. Just find that open seam up the middle. It's been there, and finally, Davidson able to hit Bader.
Yeah, he finally got some good blocking up front and just put his foot in the ground and got north and south and went.
So that'll make it 38-6.
I guess that would be east and west here.
I guess it would be, yes. Yeah. Up and down. We'll stick to that and not try to think of what a compass would tell us. So the Rails go for two. Longoria with George as the back to his left, two receivers to his right. Longoria takes the snap, rolls left, wants to try to bring it in himself, and is instead swarmed at the line of scrimmage, not able to convert there. 4:48 to go in the ball game. It's now Pawn Creek Hunter 38, Waynoka 6. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're listening to Waynoka Football here on KALV.
Come for the day, or we can stay. You'll have a great time in Waynoka.
Get your kids ready. Spooktacular 2025 is coming to downtown Waynoka Saturday, October 25th, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Things start off with breakfast at 8 a.m. and then includes a lot of events throughout the day, including but not limited to the Fry and Trio feed, the Candy Ride, Scavenger Hunt, Haunted Hay Rack Trail Ride, and the Barrel Train. Check it out. It's Spooktacular 2025 Saturday, October 25th, 2 to 10 p.m. downtown Waynoka.
Visit Waynoka, the little city by the sand.
Back in Waynoka, where the Rails are finally on the board, down 38-6 here against Pond Creek Hunter. 4:48 to go in the ball game. The Rails will be ready to kick it away. As Longoria ready to set it on the tee at the 40. We're backing up. Longoria walks up, puts some spin onto it. It'll die at the 33-yard line, where it is finally picked up by Baker, who rolls across the 40 out of bounds and hit at the 43-yard line, where the Panthers will set up. And I don't know how much Pond Creek Hunter is going to try to do with 4:44 to go in this one. They obviously have the backups out there, trying to get some more reps to some of those guys. That's been the case for a couple of drives, but now we saw them air it out the last time. I don't know if they'll do the same here. I think they already got their touchdown. Cowherd stays as the quarterback. Dillon, the running back, behind him. Two receivers out to his left, stacked behind each other. As Cowherd fakes the handoff, rolls left, and finds himself an open field across the 50. And he is gone all the way. 25-20, 15, 10-5, touchdown, Pond Creek Hunter. And I don't know who turned the scoring button on, but somebody did. No flags anywhere, and the Panthers able to respond just like that to make it 44-6. Pond Creek will go for two, and well, they didn't have to try to air it out that time.
Nope, just like we were trying to get some subs in, a little confusion right there, but there we go.
The 2-point try. Coward with a receiver to each side. Dillon is the back behind him. Snap gets bobbled to Coward, who just falls on it, and that'll be the 2-point try. So 4:33 to go in the ball game. Pond Creek Hunter responding back to take a 44-6 lead over Waynoka. We'll take another quick break and be right back. You're listening to Waynoka Football here on KALV.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company, older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
We love to give back to our customers. Did you know Alva State Bank offers a great rewards checking account program? That's right. You can earn cash back or high interest with our Kasasa accounts. We will even refund you up to $25 in ATM fees.
How do I qualify?
It's simple. Just swipe your debit card 12 times, sign up for online statements, and have one ACH credit or debit post to your account.
Can I do it online?
Yes. Just visit our website at www.alvastatebank.com to see if our Kasasa Rewards program is right for you. We make banking easy. Whether you're at home, the office, or in your car, our online or mobile banking options help you juggle busy schedules and financial needs.
We plant roots where others have branches.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Waynoka. It's Cole Chavez getting ready to send it away again. Pond Creek Hunter with a 44-6 lead over the Rails as Davidson has to pick it up at the 28-yard line, gets leveled at the 32.
Davidson on the return.
Flying in there to make the hit once again. I mean, Brody Brown was in on that play somewhere. I mean, he's been involved on some big hits late in this game. And the Rails will take over at the 32-yard line. 4:30 to go in regulation. Pond Creek Hunter with a 44-6 lead over the Rails. Longoria under center. There's a back behind him. Receiver in motion as the handoff goes around to George, and not a whole lot going there for Roland George. Getting hit at about the 30-yard line, 31. It ends up being a loss of a yard, makes it 2nd and 11. Four minutes even to go in the game. 2nd and 11 for the Rails at their own 31. Everyone in a tight bunch set as Longoria hands it off up the middle, cutting across. There was number 10, that's Davidson.
Davidson on the carry.
Had the 65-yard touchdown run earlier, was able to cut up that time to the 37.
3rd down and 5.
Make it now 3rd and about 5 for the Rails. Clock still continuing to run here. Now down to 3.5 minutes to play in this one. Pond Creek Hunter with a 44-6 lead over the Rails. Longoria giving instructions. Is a tight end to his right. Has a receiver moving around him in a snap. Bobble Longoria has to fall on it at the 30. And once again in the vicinity was Brown, ready to jump on top of him if he couldn't corral it. So the bad snap sets the Rails back to 4th and 12, where I would think they're going to just punt it away with only 2:57 to play in this one.
No, I think he's going to leave the offense out there.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's going to try to see what they can come up with on a 4th and 12. Got to get to the 42-yard line. It's Longoria. Longoria now under center. Fakes a handoff, rolls to his right, fires it down the field where it is intercepted, but a flag down as Baker able to pick it off at the 45-yard line. We'll see what the flag is for, if it's going to be a pass interference or defensive holding or something completely different with 2:22 to go in the game. It's a pass interference on the defense.
Pass interference on the defense.
So it'll be a 1st down for the Rails and keep the drive alive. No interception and no 4th down stop for Pond Creek Hunter.
Yeah, I think they got number 6 there.
I think they did.
For pushing him back.
Yeah, it was a great interception, but he had to push to get there.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Waynoka.
So the pass interference moves it to the 47-yard line. Waynoka's still on its own side of the 50. But you get to keep the ball down 44-6 with 2:22 to go in the ball game. As Longoria will be under center in a bunch formation. One receiver out to the right and a back behind him. Davidson, the receiver comes in motion. Longoria hands it off to Davidson, races around the 45 to the 50, trying to get the corner and gets out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Pond Creek Hunter. Be a nice gain and sets up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I thought number 4 there was going to kind of cut him off on the outside, and he just kept on motoring around and ended up picking, what, six yards up?
I mean, we talked about it. Brody Brown, a guy who's kind of been everywhere in this 4th quarter. And being able to have that speed to get around him is a big deal, no matter when it is in the game.
Absolutely.
With how he has been the last few drives. Longoria motions back out, now still with a back to his left, hands it off, rumbling up the field. Chris Solomon who gets the carry. He's able to get a yard. Move it to the 45-yard line where it'll be 3rd and 2.
Short gain on the play.
starting to try to sub some of the others in. Chris Solomon, one of the freshmen for Waynoka, able to get in on the action. Longoria lines up once again with Solomon to his right. Longoria takes the snap, rolls right, cuts upfield across the 40, breaks a tackle down to the 36-yard line. We'll set up a first down for the Rails with 1:51 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, a little read option there, and he put it in Solomon's belly and decided to pull it, and ended up being a nice gain there for the Rails.
So Waynoka still taking a little bit of time, but able to make some progress here. And I think that's one of the main takeaways you can have from this game. You can look at the scoreboard and say, well, it's 44-6. What progress can you make from that? They didn't play a second half last week. They played a second half this week.
Right.
That alone in and of itself could show that progress, as long as you're continuing to improve play by play. The play clock down to 2-1 and a flag going to come in. It'll be a delay of game against the Rails.
Delay game on the offense.
So just as we talk about that progress that Waynoka is continuing to make, a 5-yard penalty moves it back to 1st and 15 now at the Pond Creek 41. So 1:16 to play in regulation. Longoria lines up with Solomon as the back to his right, receiver to his right as well. Longoria fakes the run, now lobs it downfield. It is incomplete, intended. Looks like for Davidson down at about the 22-yard line. It was in some tight coverage around him, but another good accuracy again for Longoria. Just continue to try to find his targets. Just not able to haul that one in as Solomon, or not Solomon, check that. Davidson.
Yep.
But again, kind of hard to make that catch when two guys are right there around you. So 2nd and 15 to go for the Rails. The handoff goes up to number 3. That is George, who races to the 36-yard line before being shut down.
Yeah, really nice run there by George to get us kind of back maybe in some positive territory here and making this third down a little bit shorter for us.
Yeah, makes it 3rd and 10 with 45 seconds to go in the ball game. So Waynoka still huddling up. Down to 33 seconds to go in this one. Pond Creek under the 44-6 lead over Waynoka as Longoria fakes the handoff, looks for somewhere to go, now decides to run upfield, breaks a tackle to 35, gets across the 30, still trying to fight for the first down, and finally downed at the 27-yard line.
That was a really good run there by Weston. Looked like he was going to get hit there for a really short gain, kind of sidestepped him and cut around the outside there to get a good positive gain.
It was a nice run, but that will be the final play of the ball game. A good play to end it on, but Pond Creek Hunter able to get the 44-6 win over Waynoka. As the players, of course, have the handshake line as always. But once again, Pond Creek Hunter getting the 44-6 win over the Rails. And Ben, as you join me back,
We get a little bit of a week off. Well, we don't get a little bit of a week. We get a whole week off.
we do.
I thought we might have 2 weeks, but I was mistaken.
I thought I had it in my notes that we had 2 weeks off, only to be corrected a few minutes before the game started.
And the Jayhawkers got them again, coming down from Kansas to ambush the Okies. We'll see, right?
We'll see.
We'll see about that. What do you think about this one?
You know, there's something I was talking to Coach Nix about, that you look at a game like this and you can go, well, 44-6, that doesn't sound like improvement. You have to remember they played O'Keene last week and didn't play a second half.
Correct.
You got run ruled by a great O'Keene team. This is a Pond Creek Hunter team that is young but obviously has talent. We saw that tonight. When you're able to keep playing and get a little bit more experience and have to battle these injuries, you mentioned it earlier. You went 0-3 last year in your non-district, and you're able to fight back to a 5-5 season. It wouldn't shock me. Now, obviously, district play will be a little bit wonky with not having Beaver in there, but that's an entire different story for an entire different day. But it'll be interesting to see how everything plays itself out. You have the bye week. You have that week of rest. Get some guys a little bit healthier. You have the Kansas team coming in to end September, and then you hit the ground running in October with district play, and that is going to be intriguing to see how that plays out for the Rails.
My favorite part of these games ending right now, the guys taking a knee and the coaches coming in and trainers and all, and have a word of prayer. I was thinking about when you were talking, I like this much more than the other team, us or the other team going out at 45. The kids on the sidelines that are not going to get to play on a game that ends real quick, like the one last week did, just a half. This gives you a chance. You know, you've got several freshmen, several sophomores. The Railroaders gives them a real chance to go out and man, there was some. I guess we used to say leather popping. I guess it's plastic. I'm not sure, but it still makes that sound. They're sticking their faces in there, and once again, I will say there is no quit in this Railroaders team. There's not.
There isn't. I mean, that was evident the entire fourth quarter. It's very easy to look at a game where you're down 39 or down 38 and say, we can just get out of here.
Yep.
We can be done right now if we really feel like it. But the fight, the continuing to battle, trying to hang in there, keep this game going all four quarters, and just keep improving play by play.
We got some texts around the country. I was running missions during the time you were talking, trying to patch up some of our behind-the-scenes holes that we don't want anybody to know about. Got some text of listening to you here. Had one from a guy that's traveling. He's in his hotel room in Houston, Texas, and I heard you guys battering back a little bit about some of Ronnie Nix's folks that were listening. I think they're from...
I think he said Missouri is what he said, somewhere in Missouri.
It's Mountain View, Missouri. Beautiful town, beautiful little town. So they kneel with their coaches. They have the quick look of, here, what did you think about this, and do you remember that, and how are we going to do this? And then you'll do the film study and try to put it into a game plan for the next game. So, Cade, you've done such a great job. We'll give you a week off.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Oh, it is. So, from Waynoka, Rails go down tonight, but they do not quit. Love to hear the sounds of the Railroader Band live and direct from Railroader Field. Thank you, Mary Hill, for all you and those Warriors do. We'll see you back in a couple of weeks here, all of you. In the meantime, in the words of a former Railroader, Dean Linder, may God rest his soul, just be good sports. Good night, everybody.